Park, NESN presents Boston Red Sox baseball. Tonight it's Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Cleveland Indians. Hi, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox baseball. The Red Sox and the Indians here in Game 2, and a rematch of the matchup we saw between Pedro Martinez and CC Sabathia last Thursday night. And it was a different story for both. Pedro Martinez with a very tough start, while Sabathia was very good early on. Pedro giving up the leadoff home run on the very first pitch of the game to Matt Lawton, and then certainly settled down 2 through 7 to give up just 1 hit and throw 93 pitches. Sabathia starting very strong, but the 5 hits and the 4 runs ended his night quite quickly for his first loss of the season. We welcome in Jerry Remy. Jerry is certainly Pedro looking for his second very good start.
He is, Don, and against the same team. And last time he faced his team, the Cleveland Indians, came out very aggressive against Pedro right from the first inning on. And actually leading off the ball game was Matt Lawton with a home run. But when you look at Pedro in the first inning of last start, 16 pitches made, 4 or 5 batters swung at the first pitch, and of 16 total pitches that he made, 13 was swung at. So you can see that they were coming out very aggressive. But once Pedro settled down in that game, that's when he picked up 8 strikeouts. And the impressive thing to me, Don, with the strikeouts, the fact that most of the strikeouts were on the fastball. So Pedro made the adjustment after the first inning and then looked like the Pedro of old after that. So it's going to be interesting to see tonight how he comes out, especially in his first inning. Indians, I'm sure, are going to come out the same way, trying to be very aggressive against Martinez. We'll see if Pedro has something special for him, especially in the first inning.
Well, a beautiful night at Fenway Park. The 8th start of the season for Pedro.
From Foxborough to Fenway and everywhere in between, there's only one homepage for all your home teams, Boston.com Sports. There's no easier way to check out live game updates and online exclusives such as game recap videos, interviews with coaches and players, our Boston Sports blog, contest polls, and more. Sign up for our free At-Bat Insider newsletter, a must for any Sox fan. Plus, you won't find online coverage from the Boston Globe and NESN anywhere else. Boston.com Sports, your homepage for your home teams.
Introducing the only minivan with 2 rows of fold-in floor seats, the all-new 2005 Grand Caravan.
Come on in, Dad.
I'll finish that in the morning.
Qualified buyers who finance through Chrysler Financial get an additional $500 for a total combined cash allowance of $1,500 on Grand Caravan.
If they won, I wouldn't know what to do.
Another season.
This is our year. Here we go.
Another reason.
It's a unique situation, the way they've kind of taken me in.
Rogan through all this. If you're from New York, you're paying double.
For hating the Yankees.
Clemens walks out. I'm going to boo the shit out of him.
We're going to kick their out of them.
Still, we believe. The Boston Red Sox movie. Rated PG. It ain't over.
OVA.
Now playing only in theaters.
Grand Caravan.
The newest of American citizens, Manny Ramirez, making his way out to his starting spot in left field to the delight of this capacity Fenway Park crowd. Well, let's take a look at the visiting Cleveland Indians starting lineup, brought to you by Rico. Matt Lawton leads it off as he did last Thursday with a big home run on the first pitch. Omar Vizquel, the shortstop. Jody Garrett in right. Victor Martinez does the catching. Travis Hafner is the DH. Ronnie Belliard at second base. Ben Broussard at first base. Lou Merlone gets to start at third base for the second straight night. And Coco Crisp in center field bats ninth. And they face Pedro Martinez.
Pedro 4-2 on the season. Win number 4 coming last time out against the Indians. 7 innings in that game. 2 earned runs, both coming in the first inning. He did have 8 strikeouts on the season. 39 strikeouts for Pedro puts him 4th in the league in that category. Schilling leads the league with 53. In his career against Cleveland, 11-1 with a 1.72 ERA. That's in 15 starts. The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Lexus. The Red Sox are 11th in the league, 28 errors in 32 games. It'll be Bill Miller at third base. Fine play in that ball game last night. Pokey Reese the shortstop, Mark Bellhorn at second, and David Ortiz at first. Left to right, Manny Ramirez, Johnny Damon, and Gabe Kapler. Jason Veritek doing the catching for Pedro Martinez.
And the umpiring crew, Ron Culpa has the plate. Bill Miller at first base, Brian Gorman at second base, and Dale Scott, who had the plate last night, at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Well, Matt Lawton standing in to begin the game. He jumped on the very first pitch he saw last Thursday night off Pedro to homer. And this time he takes the strike. 313, 6 homers, and 23 runs batted in. And Pedro quickly ahead of him, 0-2.
Well, it was a first pitch fastball again to Lawton in this at bat, but had a little bit more velocity than that one in Cleveland.
Did he go? No. As they checked third base, Dale Scott said he did not offer. It was almost like, you know, the first three hitters, it almost was like Pedro was not ready to start that game, and then he settled right into the outing.
And they really didn't give him a chance to get started. They were very aggressive.
Too far inside. 2-2 now to Matt Lawton. Pedro in search of his 5th victory of the year with a 4-2 record. A 3.92 ERA in his 8th start of the season. Strikes out Matt Lawton to begin the night. A much better beginning tonight.
3 straight changeups after he got ahead in the count on Lawton and finally puts him away on the changeup. Had a tough time controlling the first 2, but perfect right here, and Lawton out on that front foot for the strikeout.
And now 40 strikeouts for Pedro Martinez with that most recent strikeout, tying with Nate Robertson of Detroit. For Chilling at the top of that list. Omar Vizquel chops one by Ortiz. Bellhorn from short right with a throw that's not in time. With Pedro covering. And Omar Vizquel aboard at first base with an infield hit.
Well, you're going to see this ball kick to the right of David Ortiz. It hits right on the lip of the grass and kicks to his right. And there's nothing at all Ortiz could do about it. He was in perfect position to make the play, but watch the last bounce. Right there. Takes a funny hop on him, changes direction, and then they can't get Vizquel with his speed down at first base. Well, that's frustrating. You think you get it lined up, and all of a sudden a bad hop? And Pedro knows that was what he would a seeing eye single.
Yes. There's Jody Garrett, a young right fielder, 285, 4 homers and 16 runs batted in. He was 1 for 5 here last night with a double. And Jody Garrett riding a 13-game hitting streak. During that time, 17 for 56. He did not get a hit until the 9th inning last night. After going 0 for 4, he finished up 1 for 5 last night with the 13-gamer going, including 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. .93 pitches last time out for Pedro Martinez. In the victory for Pedro on the Red Sox 5-2 against these Cleveland Indians. In a 7-inning effort. And a strike to even the count at 2-2.
It's interesting, Don, when Pedro was announced prior to the game. Now, this is his first appearance at Fenway since he made his comments down in Texas. And I think still the majority of the people more were cheering. There were a few boos mixed in, but it was still pretty much a Pedro response.
Kind of wondering how it would be here tonight as he makes that first start, as you mentioned, after some of those comments. And the 2-2 is away and a full count now. Outfield defense straight away on Jody Garrett. Omar Vizquel at first, 1 out. In the Cleveland first inning.
3-2 changeup, it looks like.
Runner at first is off, and this is grounded through the vacated right side. Omar Vizquel heading for third. He will get there easily, and with 1 down, the Indians have runners at the corners.
14 straight games now for Jody Garrett, and you got to be impressed there. 3-2 count, and the last thing you're thinking about is a changeup. Pedro throws the 3-2 changeup, and Garrett is still able to get the base hit. But he's in a hot streak right now. 14 straight games. The average up to close to 290 now for Jody Garrett.
Here's Victor Martinez, the Indians catcher. 253, 5 homers, and 19 runs batted in. Vizquel at third, Garrett at first, 1 down. To right center field. Heading over is Kapler. That'll get in for a hit. Kapler knocked it down. Easily scoring from third is Vizquel. Jody Garrett trying to score. Coming around, he will. And for the 6th consecutive game between the Red Sox and the Cleveland Indians, Cleveland has scored 2 runs in the first inning, and they have done it again here tonight on top 2-0 with 1 out in the inning. A 2-run double for Victor Martinez.
Well, coming out very similar to the last start. That's a fastball from Pedro, and Martinez, who has done a terrific job hitting against the Red Sox, finds that gap. It bounces off the glove of Gabe Kapler, and that's going to be enough to allow that second run to score Jody Garrett. So, man, this is 2 runs in the first inning every day.
Every game against the Cleveland Indians so far this season. 4 of them in Cleveland last night and again here tonight. There's Travis Hafner, the designated hitter. This is a very aggressive hitting team, as we have seen, swinging early in counts, often at the first pitch, as Hafner does and fouls it off.
Now, when you look at the numbers on the season, they're 3rd in the league in walks and 10 in strikeouts. Now, 3rd in the league, you'd say, well, they take a lot of pitches, they walk a lot, but the fact is it hasn't been that way against the Red Sox. They have been very aggressive, facing all Red Sox pitches.
Batting average .285 as a club. They are 3rd in the American League behind Texas and Baltimore. After fooled on that pitch, down 0-2. Texas, the only team in the American League, is a club hitting up over 300. The Rangers are at 305. And Baltimore at 293, and Cleveland 3rd at 285, tied with Anaheim. The problem for the Cleveland Indians, it doesn't take a lot to take a look at the numbers to figure out where their problem has been. That has been their team ERA, which is 12th in the American League with a 5.38 earned run average, and the bulk of that belongs to their bullpen, which really has had a very tough season. The starters have done a pretty good job, but it is the bullpen that has given Eric Wedge some gray hairs.
Well, they're hoping that they won't have to be used tonight with CC Sabathia out there.
The 0-2 pitch from Pedro. Strike 3 call. Much needed strikeout for Pedro Martinez, his 2nd strikeout of the night. And there's 2 down.
First strikeout to Lawton on a changeup. This strikeout to Hafner looked like the cut fastball. It's a pitch that he used very effectively in the last outing against the left-handed hitters of Cleveland, especially from the 2nd inning on. He'd throw that cutter away and pick up the outside corner.
Two down for Ronnie Belliard, the 2nd baseman. Belliard leading the American League in hitting heading into tonight at 383. No homers and 12 runs batted in. Belliard was 2 for 4 here last night with a double, a walk, and a couple of runs scored. Riding a 7-game hitting streak is Ronnie Belliard. 10 for his last 27 as he sees on top Melvin more than Manny Ramirez. just off the outside corner, and it's 2-1 to Belliard. Well, last time out against Cleveland, Pedro not only gave up the home run to Matt Lawton in the first, but another run scored, giving up 2 runs in the first inning. Then he tossed 6 scoreless innings after that, and hoping for the same result here tonight after surrendering 2 runs right out of the gate. Belliard cues it foul over towards the Red Sox dugout.
And as usual, with 2 strikes and a man on second base, Varitek out with Pedro. When Varitek returns behind home plate, will probably not even put down a sign. They're already discussing that right now.
Pedro is yet to strike out his side this season. He has 2 strikeouts so far. He struck out the side 6 times last year. Ball 4 in the first walk given up by Martinez.
The first inning last time he faced the Indians, he threw 16 pitches when they got a couple of runs. They have 2 runs now, and it's already 23 pitches for Pedro in this start.
And Broussard, the big first baseman for the Indians, batting with 2 on, 2 outs, and wrapping it foul just outside of first. Broussard up over 300 on the season at 306, a home run, 12 runs batted in, and was a perfect 3 for 3 here last night in the first game of the series, including 2 doubles, and he drove in a run. He's had a very good road trip so far, 6 for 13 on the road trip that started for the Indians in Baltimore against the Orioles when they were swept in that series. And he's had trouble against Pedro Martinez in his career. .25 pitches for Pedro, more than any inning that he worked in his last outing. And Varitek out to talk with him.
Well, a nice, warm, comfortable night here at Fenway. One that you would think that pitches quickly would be able to get loose tonight. Probably the warmest night we've had here at Fenway so far.
83 degrees to begin the game tonight. A west wind, 6 miles per hour.
I was always wondering what you looked at over there when you turned to your
Over
right.
your shoulder.
Yeah.
It's looking at a myth. Julie Tretiak, an outstanding stage manager, puts it up over your shoulder there on the window. You get it every night. That's where I'm looking. A 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Broussard strikes out. Pedro strikes out the side, but the Indians mix in 2 runs. Red Sox coming up from Fenway.
Don't say no bad words, cause you ain't no puppet shout. Always use good manners when you're eating a sloppy jow. Yeah, go on and on and on and on.
Mr. Jiggyfly, I have good news.
You enjoyed it then?
No, I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Dunkin' Donuts Real Iced Latte, the drink that brings you back.
Here you go, sweetie. Hello, this is Christy. Hello?
Dunkin' Donuts Iced Latte, made with real espresso. It's the refreshing way to bring you back to life.
Don't buy another car before you check out the Hyundai Elantra. The Elantra costs $1,600 less than a Honda Civic LX when comparably equipped. Yet it's loaded with standard features like air conditioning and power everything. Not to mention standard front side impact airbags for added safety. And quality that lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. The Hyundai Elantra starting at just $12,099. With Hyundai, you win. Get a 2004 Elantra with $2,000 cash back or 0% APR.
Excuse me, how do you feel about your stockbroker?
The truth? I do all the research, he makes all the money.
Please, with all the ideas I come up with, he should be paying me.
Oh, we feel great. We switched to TD Waterhouse and we never looked back.
Why pay all that money to Merrill or Schwab? TD Waterhouse has free, independent research that makes it easy to come up with your own ideas and validate them yourself.
I've never seen research like this online.
So switch to TD Waterhouse, the alternative to higher-priced brokers like Merrill and Schwab.
Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy back at Fenway Park last half of the first inning. And Johnny Damon to lead it off against C.C. Sabathia.
Sabathia with a 2.34 ERA. That's second in the American League to Freddie Garcia. Sabathia with a 198 batting average against is also second to Javier Vasquez. He was pitching very well last time until Manny Ramirez hit a home run off him. Manny just kind of wears him out. And the Red Sox eventually won that game 5-2. What's amazing about Sabathia, you look at his numbers, 34 2/3, only 19 strikeouts. You'd think they'd be higher than that.
Sabathia misses away. And it's 3-1 now to Johnny Damon. Multi-hit games in each of his last 4 games. And Damon's been hot, 9 for his last 18. A strike and a full count now to Johnny Damon. To left, Matt Lawton jogging in. Makes the catch for out number 1. Let's take a look at the Red Sox starting lineup brought to you by Dodge. We've seen Damon, Mark Bellhorn at second base, Kevin Millar, the DH, Manny Ramirez in left field. Of course, he hit the home run in the 6th inning to tie the game off C.C. Sabathia. Jason Varitek doing the catching. David Ortiz at first. Bill Miller at third base. Gabe Kapler back in right, and Pokey Reese, who doubled as part of that victory for the Red Sox. That's 9th at shortstop. Mark Bellhorn at .226, 3 homers and 15 runs batted in. Was 1 for 5 with a triple. His first triple since March 31st of last year. He was with the Cubs at the time, playing at Shea Stadium against the Mets. 0-2.
Sabathia, the fastball, 93, 95. Up in that area, he'll throw the changeup, which he already has in this at-bat, to Bellhorn. And also the breaking ball. Changeup again that time from Sabathia.
Red Sox tradition meets high definition. Tonight's game is brought to you by the HD experts at Tweeter. Tweeter, just sit back and enjoy. A 1-2 to Bellhorn. On the ground, backhanded nicely by Merloni, and the throw in time, 2 down.
Let's look at the rest of the Indian defense, brought to you by New England Toyota dealers. And last night in left field, Matt Lawton fighting the lights here at Fenway Park, but still made a great play out there. He'll be joined in the outfield by Coco Crisp and Jody Garrett. In the infield, Lou Merloni, Omar Vizquel, Ron Belliard, and Ben Broussard, and Victor Martinez doing the catching.
2 down for Kevin Millar. Millar hovering around the 300 mark now. He's got that average up to 297. 2 homers and 9 runs batted in. Riding a 9-game hitting streak. Over the last 9 games, totaling the .485 batting average, 16 for 33 during the streak, raising that batting average some 79 points from 218 up to the 297 mark that it's currently standing at. The highest that Millar has gotten the average since April the 8th. And one of the reasons that he is in there as the DH, batting third tonight and still kind of nursing that foot. It's a foul the ball off of here last night and left the game, but able to DH. And a bigger protective guard than what he had on there last night, protecting a wider area. Skies it to center field. Coco Crisp going back a good distance towards the track, but there for the out. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox in the bottom of the first. Indians on top 2-0.
Xterra. Lighten up now through Memorial Day. Get 0.9% financing or up to $2,500 cash back on select new Nissans. The Nissan Memorial Day sales event. Offers end June 1st.
How does your car say out?
Sovereign, we're here with red carpet service. Guaranteed.
A race car driver wouldn't think about driving without good tires, and neither should you. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest volume discount tire dealer, where you save on Toyo tires. At Town Fair Tire, you receive free mounting, free flat repair, free tire rotation, free snow tire changeover, free front wheel alignment with 2-tire purchase. Go to Town Fair Tire for the guaranteed lowest price on Toyo tires. Town Fair Tire, the best place to buy tires.
Lou Merloni leads it off in the top half of the second inning. The Indians on top 2-0, getting to Pedro Martinez for 2 runs in the first inning. The Indians sent 7 men to the plate. Maloney, 264, a home run, 5 runs batted in. Lou got a start here last night. Also at third base, was 0 for 2, but he did walk twice. 1 and 2, and Maloney looking back at Ron Culpa. Pedro threw 27 pitches in the first inning, giving up the 2 runs. Just missing, and it's 2 and 2. Did strike out the side. They gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, and walked Ronnie Belliard, first walk of the night. Maloney strikes out to open up the second inning. 4th strikeout for Pedro Martinez. Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Acura, by LoJack, by Nissan, by Dunkin' Donuts, by New England Ford dealers, and by Southwest Airlines. Looks like a hangnail.
Yeah, a little fingernail work to do on Pedro.
Chris Corrente coming out of the Red Sox dugout along with Dave Wallace.
That's why you should always keep up with your manicures, Don.
Yes.
This kind of thing wouldn't happen.
cut the nail. 4 guys out there to help him out do that. How many guys do you need? Now Pedro is ready to go, and he's ready to face Coco Crisp. 212, no homers, 6 runs batted in for Coco Crisp. Got the start in center field last night, was 1 for 4 with a run batted in. And he lines it into center field promptly for a base hit. The 4th hit of the night for the Indians.
Once again, another Indian hitter swinging at that first pitch. Coco Crisp with the line drive on the fastball to center field for the base hit. Chris has good speed at first base. He's got 3 steals, but he's also been caught 3 times. Well, he's out of that box as he makes contact. A guy like that's tough to throw out at first base on a ground ball to the infield.
5 of the first 9 of the Indians have swung at that very first pitch.
So their approach is pretty much the same as it was in Cleveland.
Yeah. Go right at him. Matt Lawton took a pitch his first time up, takes another one here. A strikeout victim his first time up.
You know, Don, it's interesting how different teams approach Martinez. You know, the theory for a long time with the Yankees, make him throw as many pitches as he can, get him out of the game. They know his limit's going to be somewhere between 100, 110. You see, it's a completely different approach here by the Indians. We're going to be aggressive. I'll tell you one thing. If I was hitting against Pedro, and I'm glad I don't have to, I would probably be swinging early in the count. Any strikeout pitches, Schilling, for example, I wouldn't want to get to 2 strikes against those guys. The heck with the pitch count. Worry about that later.
You do get those 2 strikes because so many pitches in his arsenal come after you with.
Yeah, Kurt Schilling, same way, leading the American League in strikeouts. Why would I want to go 2 strikes against him? Forget it.
This one fouled off. Now, speaking of the Yankees, which you just did a moment ago, the Yankees are down 3-0. Right out of the gate tonight, Kevin Brown was pitching for the Yankees tonight. He gave up a 2-run shot to Troy Gloss. RBI double for Guerrero in that game.
That's really too bad.
Yeah, it's awful. Yeah. Anaheim on top, 3-0 in the first inning. Lawton swinging to strike out, a snap throw down to first, but back in time is Crisp. 5 strikeouts for Pedro Martinez.
And then when he gets ahead here of Lawton, he goes upstairs with the fastball. Lawton's a good low ball hitter and has a tendency to chase high fastballs, and he did that time. Tried to hold the swing up, couldn't do it. And then that pickoff attempt by Veritek. So the last 2 strikeouts for Pedro on the fastball. The first inning was a changeup, a cut fastball, and another changeup for his 3 strikeouts in that inning.
Omar Vizquel reached on an infield hit his first time up.
Since Matt Lawton hit that leadoff home run against Pedro in that series in Cleveland, he is 0 for 4 since that time with 3 strikeouts. Chris might be running right here.
A good-sized lead last time. Looked like he might have been leaning as he gains the lead again. Oh, that open stance. That and again the check. This one a little bit closer as that lead got even larger.
See, that's the one thing I don't like about the open stance. And I understand that when you make a crossover step to steal, it's a little bit quicker. But when you cross over to go back, it takes a little bit longer. And that was pretty close at first base. Big Papi Ortiz dropping that tag down, but not quite in time.
There goes Chris. The pitch grounded up the middle and into center field. Chris heading for third, and he'll be stopped at third base. Retreating back to the bag at first is Omar Vizquel with his second hit of the night.
Vizquel's hit in the first inning was on a fastball. This time it's a curveball. And Chris was off at first base, but still you can see Pokey Reese going to cover second base. He can't get to it. Bellhorn can't get to it. And a little first and third action for the Indians. Strange. It's either been a strikeout or a base hit or a walk.
Pedro with 5 strikeouts so far. 2 down, runners at the corners. Jody Garrett singled his first time up, came around to score the Indians' second run. Indians beginning the night 13-18, 5 games under 500, and 4.5 games in behind the Chicago White Sox. Minnesota Twins. Swung line down the right field line, foul.
Well, in this situation, they certainly want Garrett swinging the bat to try to drive in runs. If he gets to 2 strikes, they've got a great combination for a possible double steal with Vizquel and Chris.
Fouled off, and there are 2 strikes, 1 and 2.
Veritek out right now giving signs to his middle infielders to let them know where he's going to throw the ball if there is the attempted double steal.
There goes a runner at first. Veritek does throw down. Reese stepping in front, but from third, Chris hanging out there on the theft of second base for Omar Vizquel.
Little look toward third base by Veritek. That freezes the runner at third, and then the throw to second base, but it's not going to catch Vizquel. See Veritek, he'll get this pitch, he'll peek to the man at third. That kind of holds him, and then comes the throw to second base.
Garrett fouls it off the left side, still 2 and 2. Vizquel's 4th of the year. Had a pretty good game so far. 2 for 2, stolen base. We're in just the second inning. The 2-2 to Jody Garrett. Popped up off third base. Bill Miller moving over, but he won't have a chance in behind the Cleveland dugout. And Veritek out to talk to Pedro very briefly.
Probably deciding on what they're going to throw to Jody Garrett in this 2-2 count.
Pedro Martinez already 46 pitches deep into his outing in an inning and 2/3 tonight. And a full count to Garrett. Last time out for Pedro Martinez, 47 pitches got him into the 5th inning. And here tonight he is in just the 2nd inning with 2 down and 47 pitches deep.
They're going to have to put some new sod in between home plate and the pitches mound. Veritek's been out there quite a bit here in the first couple of innings. Again, you probably won't see a sign from Veritek with the 2 strikes.
Field set up straight away for the Red Sox. 2 in scoring position for Cleveland. And the payoff pitch is ball 4. So the second walk given up by Pedro Martinez tonight loads it up for the Indians.
Pedro worked hard in that at bat to Jody Garrett, but Garrett wins the battle with ball 4.
Victor Martinez, who doubled to drive in the 2 runs the Indians have so far tonight, his first time up. And the strike to Victor Martinez. Martinez was 2 for 5 here last night with a double and 2 runs batted in. He's got a double and 2 runs batted in already tonight. Fights it off, foul, and Martinez down quickly, 0-2. For 6 with the bases loaded. He's had kind of a tough trip overall. 3 for 18 on the road trip. And the Indians will wrap up here tomorrow night before heading home to Jacobs Field. Crisp at third, Vizquel at second, Garrett at first, 2 down. Struck him out. The Indians leave him loaded for the second straight inning. Pedro Martinez has struck out the side. 6 punchados. Inning and a half done. 2-0 Indians.
Who do you call when you need a car? 508-880-0000. Lincoln Mercury of Raynham.
At Lincoln Mercury of Raynham, we have 2003 Ford Mustangs from only $12,900. Or choose over 20 pre-owned Explorers from $13,900.
Call 508-880-0000. Lincoln Mercury of Raynham. 508-880-0000.
The wonder of it all. Take a chance, make it happen. Pop the cork, fingers snapping. Spin the wheel, round and round we go. Life is good, life is sweet. Grab yourself a front row seat. Let's meet and have a ball. Let's live. Yeah, let's live for the wonder of it all. Meet me at Foxwoods. Foxwoods.
When you care more about beer, Samuel Adams, always a good decision.
Don't buy another SUV before you check out the Hyundai Santa Fe. Inside, tons of space and lots of standard features, all for $4,400 less than a Toyota Highlander when comparably equipped. And outside, great looks powered by an available 3.5-liter V6 with reliability backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. The Hyundai Santa Fe starting at just $16,994 with utility package. With Hyundai, you win. Get a 2004 Santa Fe with $1,500 cash back or 0% APR.
A standing ovation in between the innings for the newest U.S. citizen, Manny Ramirez, as he stands in for the first time tonight. 369, 8 homers, and 21 RBIs. CC Sabathia, a very quick first inning in which the Red Sox went 1-2-3. A 16-pitch inning for Sabathia, and Manny has done extremely well against CC Sabathia. 3 homers. Two and one now to Manny. Ramirez riding a 6-game hitting streak. 10 for his last 23. Including 3 home runs, 2 doubles, and 8 runs scored. And until yesterday, Manny had appeared in every game so far this season for the Red Sox. Certainly deserving a day off, but even more so for what he went to do. And returning to the Red Sox lineup tonight. And he strikes out here in his first at-bat of the night. And there's one away. Let's check in with Eric Freed. Eric?
Well, Manny got back to Boston 11:45 last night after his trip down to Miami, where he became a U.S. citizen. And this wasn't a whim. This had been in planning for many months. He took the test several months ago. The oath was yesterday, and this lives up to a long-time dream for Manny.
A long time, when I studied for the test, I passed it, and it was something real important for me to do, like my whole family had done it, so I was the last one to do it, so I just went and did it.
It's something that his family had done, and now he has done it as well. A new U.S. citizen. Guys, back to you.
All right, Eric, thank you very much. Jason Varitek carves one foul down the right field line, backing out of play.
Well, now Manny gets a chance to vote down there in Florida. They've been known to mess up elections before, but now they'll get it all straight with Manny voting. He could have been a deciding vote,
yes,
right?
I mean, a swing vote. 1-1. Ooh, inside. Varitek gets hit. And to first base. First base runner of the night for the Red Sox.
Gets hit, too, with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball right on the elbow. It looked like the left elbow. Take a look in regular speed. And that hurts a lot more than Varitek let on.
One out, one on, David Ortiz. 254, 7 homers, and 23 runs batted in. He's had a tough start to May so far, as he is 7 for 43 in the first 10 games of May. He was 1 for 5 here yesterday with a run batted in. It was after a highly successful April that saw him hit .304 in the month of April. He's never had a hit off CC Sabathia. Grounded off the mound and helped out towards Belliard at second for one. The first not in time. The mound redirected it out towards second base. Otherwise, that might have made its way up the middle.
And Varitek going in hard, the shortstop, to make sure that they can't turn over the double play. Yeah, you're right, Don. That ball changed directions. It looks like it was headed up the middle. And then when it hit the mound, it kicks to the right. Now here comes Varitek on Vizquel. Just enough to slow him up, and Ortiz is able to beat it at first base. There's that ball coming back toward Belliard.
2 down for Bill Miller. Average at .234 right now for Bill. 5 homers, 19 runs batted in. And over the last 6 games, Bill Miller 2 for 19. On the ground to Vizquel. We go the easy way to second, and the Red Sox are gone in the second inning. We played 2 from Fenway. Indians on top 2-0.
When you care more about beer, Samuel Adams, always a good decision.
Bobanizer. Is it worth $19.99? It's Solid Elm. Yes, Solid Elm. It holds your TV, jewelry, ties and belts, and reflects your beautiful self. With a brand name label, you probably would have to pay $19.99. Why? It's a waste of money. At Bob's, there's no label, but you get it all for $19.99 in Solid Elm. Brand name label?
With XM satellite radio,
Find hotel.
Bluetooth wireless technology,
Dial.
and voice-activated navigation,
Do you need directions?
No thanks. I got him.
you are not alone. Introducing the all-new 270 horsepower Acura TL.
Back at Fenway for the top half of the third inning. That was the 52nd pitch of the night for Pedro Martinez. It was a strange night for Pedro. A lot of strikeouts, giving up 2 runs, 6 strikeouts for Pedro through the first 2 innings. He already has Matt Lawton twice tonight. And here's Travis Hafner, who did strike out looking back in the first inning. Strike, and it's 1-2.
And Pedro needs one of those innings where he gets, like 3 ground ball outs instead of the strikeouts. Try to cut back on that pitch number right now.
This one wrapped hard into the Red Sox dugout. Not much reaction time down there as we take a look at the pitching line, brought to you by Nissan. This 2 innings deep, but 6 strikeouts, striking out the side in each the first and the second. The pitch count already high as he works here in the third inning. Off the 5th foul. One, 2 is lifted in the air to left center field. Johnny Damon moving over. And he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Subaru, by Miller Beer, and by New England Dodge dealers. One down, and here's Ronnie Belliard, who walked his first time up in the first inning. It's nice to see somebody spending all that money you have.
Yeah, how about that, huh?
It's quite an exchange. Jerry's son was just in the booth and said he needed money. And Jerry came up. Of course, Jerry only carries 50s and 100s, so he gave him the 50. And he just gave him 20 back. So already in about a 2-minute period, 30's gone.
30's gone, but I'm surprised I got the 20 back.
That's right. And it's 2-1. Two and 2. Martinez faced 7 batters in the first, 6 in the second. This will find its way back into the seats beyond the tarp. Ronnie Belliard, a cousin of former Brave shortstop Rafael Belliard. Ball 3 and a full count. This is the 4th full count tonight for Pedro Martinez. Breaks it off. Foul. It stays alive, does Belliard.
Fastballs, too, had a little more zip on it the last couple of innings. The last strikeout in the second inning was at 92 miles an hour, and there have been a few in this inning up over 90.
Strike 3 call. Belliard down by way of the K, and it's the 7th strikeout for Pedro Martinez.
Pedro at 91, painting the outside corner for the strikeout. Perfect location. And Belliard knew it. He's going to take a few steps toward first, but back to the dugout.
2 outs for Ben Broussard, who struck out swinging to conclude the first inning. The Indians left 2 men on in the first, and they left the bases loaded in the second inning. Off the end of the bat, cued towards Bill Miller. On the first to retire Broussard, and on 16 pitches, Pedro enjoys his first 1-2-3 inning of the evening. Indians on top 2-0.
For extra convenience, extra value, and extra service, stop at Extra Mart. When you're on the go, you need a little extra. Fuel up on Extra Mart's Deli Joe sandwiches, Brew Boy coffee, and more.
This month, Extra Mart is your baseball headquarters. Come in for the best in Major League collectibles and trading cards from Upper Deck, Topps, Fleer, and Donruss. Enter to win a trip for 2 to the 2004 All-Star Game in Houston.
With over 150 locations throughout New England, be smart. Shop Extra Mart.
Have you heard? Now there's a fun place to play at Newport Grand. Club Royale, Newport's latest state-of-the-art entertainment venue. Join us for lunch, dinner, or a late-night snack and enjoy free entertainment, bands, DJs, karaoke, and dancing. View dozens of flat-screen TVs and our 55-inch high-definition TV for all your favorite sporting events. Club Royale is right inside Newport Grand, so you're only a few steps away from your favorite video slots and progressive slots.
At Newport Grand, where it pays to play.
You know, ever since our family got our new Ford F-150, the whole family's gotten a lot tougher.
Come on, Linda, move it, move it, move it! Come on, Doc, put some effort into it!
See what I mean?
Made lemonade.
Thanks, honey.
Not for you, for the kids.
Ford F-150 has the most interior room in its class. Now get up to $2,500 cash back or 0% financing on the #1 selling truck 27 years. It's 2004 Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
Wondering if severe weather is ahead? Count on the Eyewitness News Pinpoint Weather Team.
Eyewitness News is the only station in southern New England with live pinpoint Doppler radar.
When severe weather threatens, every second counts.
Having the only live radar means our team of meteorologists can track the storm down your street, down to the minute.
When severe weather is on the horizon, Eyewitness News makes sure you're prepared.
With live pinpoint Doppler, we can give you the most accurate weather information possible.
Eyewitness News Live Pinpoint Doppler is weather coverage you can count on.
Back at Fenway, last half of the third inning, and Kapler fouling a pitch off himself. Gabe at 221. No homers, 4 runs batted in. Kapler back in there tonight for the Red Sox. Over the last 15 games, Gabe 7 for 40. To left with authority, back towards the monster seats, and gone. Gabe Kapler's first home run of 2004, and the Red Sox are on the board.
Well, it's the home run that got the Red Sox started last time they faced Sabathia. The Manny Ramirez home run, this time Kapler, an inside fastball, and he cleans it out in a hurry. That's the pitch that he likes. Middle in, fastballs. Line drive home run up in the second row of the monster seats.
Okie Reese, number 9 hitter in the Red Sox order. Reese has hit safely in 9 of the last 11 games, and over the last 11 games, hitting at .343. On the ground towards Belliard, softly hit. Belliard throws out Reese for the first out of the inning. Let's check in with Eric Freed. Eric?
And Don, our nightly update on the condition of Nomar Garciaparra as he attempts his comeback, and it's another big step forward today. Eric Glazer was brought up from Double-A Portland to throw to Nomar today. This was the scene earlier. Nomar doing very well, and he just wants to find out how he responds day after day as he tries to get closer to returning to the Sox lineup.
Right now, I had a day yesterday where I took a lot of ground balls, swung the bat, ran the bases. It was a pretty heavy day. And woke up, I was sore, which I expected. It wasn't nothing surprising, which is good. So it's just a matter of it recovering. And I'll probably try to do that thing tomorrow. Today is just a day of batting practice, some light ground balls, not as much running, let it rest. And so I need to get to what I was doing yesterday, kind of back-to-back days.
And when asked what the next step is, he said it's just that, just doing it day after day as he tries to make it back to Boston. Guys.
All right, Eric, thank you very much.
It's interesting, Don, in our pre-game meetings with Terry Francona. It's us daily about Trot Dixon and Garciaparra, when they're going to start, be back in the lineup. And there's no way to predict that, and it's almost like they have to let it take its course. They have to feel 100% ready. They've got to go play in games. They virtually have had no spring training at all. It's a tough question to answer, but he has to deal with it every single day.
Mark Bellhorn, the hitter, with 2 outs. Seems like a lot of the same questions every day for those of us who are in those meetings.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I know they have to ask them, but a lot of times you'll ask about guys that have been gone for a long time. You almost expect like a Greg Graybeck question, or where's Reggie Jefferson now, or something like that.
Yeah, that's on a slow day. On a real slow day, you get some of those.
1-1 to left field, hit well by Bellhorn, back by the wall and off the wall. Coco Cress will gun it in towards second base, but it's a 2-out double for Mark Bellhorn.
And Bellhorn has struggled somewhat against left-handed pitching. Only 156 coming into the game, but he plants it high off the left field wall here for the 2-out double. So the Red Sox in this inning, capless home run, and now Bellhorn off the wall for the double, picking up their first 2 hits of the ball game.
So Bellhorn at second base. Here's Kevin Millar, flied out to center field his first time up. Potential tying run in scoring position. The 2 outs here for the Red Sox in the last of the 3rd inning. Sabathia is up to 41 pitches through 2 2/3.
The other question that comes up a lot, I'd say maybe twice a week, is Mendoza. How's Mendoza doing?
Yes. Not much has changed there. Either has it at all.
No.
Theo said yesterday that he was throwing. I believe he's in Fort Myers. But that's been about it. Popped up, short right field, Belliard out, Garrett coming in. The right fielder's under it. And he makes the catch. The Red Sox strand Bellhorn, but a solo home run for Gabe Kapler has cut the deficit in half. It's 2-1 Indians.
Well, hello. Oh, there's so many of you. I want to start you up. I don't want to choose. Do I get choose?
Honey.
Huh?
Go on. I'll join you in a minute.
Okay.
It's not a dream. Because now with 3.9% APR for 24 months on every Yamaha motorcycle and ATV, you don't have to choose.
I love you. I love you so much.
Save now at Corinna Motors and Sports, where serious fun begins. Route 7, Corinna.
What's all the excitement at Down East Toyota? Logan and his friends have discovered the huge selection of used vehicles on our lot. More than 300 quality pre-owned vehicles, compact cars, full-size trucks, and vehicles for the entire family. We're Maine's #1 Toyota dealer, and that means we also have the best selection of used Toyotas, with more trades coming in every day. Credit not so perfect? We can help you too. Take it from Logan and his friends. The best deals on used vehicles are at Down East Toyota, across from Super Walmart and Brewer.
On June 4th, my big brother was sentenced to 7 years in prison for a gun crime. That day, he sentenced me to 7 years without my best friend.
When you commit a gun crime, your family pays the price.
On September 15th, my son was sentenced to 10 years in prison for a gun crime. That day, he sentenced me to 10 years of worrying if my baby is okay.
When you commit a gun crime, your family pays the price.
Who knew?
That's a pretty good look, Tom.
It does. I think you should try that. I mean,
I can grow the beard. I'd have to dye it, but I'd have to get a rug.
Lou Merlone leading it off in the Cleveland half of the fourth inning. He struck out his first time up, one of 7 strikeouts so far tonight for Pedro. To center field, Damon on the run. It's bending away from him, but he runs it down. Good running jump from Johnny Damon in center field. Lou Merlone's out number 1.
That's one there where you have to get a good jump because the ball's hit so hard. Lou put a charge into it, and a great jump by Johnny Damon. Able to chase it down as the ball's slightly slicing away from him.
One down for Coco Crisp. What was that? A slap swing run.
That was getting fooled on a changeup. And remember last time up I mentioned how when he swings he's kind of moving toward first base.
His body was going, but his bat was hanging in there trying to swing at it.
Another look at that first pitch to Coco Crisp. He's fooled on a changeup out on that front foot, and he likes to leave. He gets the ball on the ground. He's already heading down to first base.
Up over the mound, Pokey Reese, top hop to change direction, stays with it, and throws out Coco Crisp, 2 down. It's time now for the Aflac trivia question. And the question tonight.
In what city was Don Orsillo born in?
Where did it go?
Yeah, we'll make that the Aflac trivia question. What city were you born in?
What city was I born in? The answer for you in the next half inning. This should be exciting. I'll give you a hint. It's in Massachusetts. Matt Lawton, the hitter, he struck out twice tonight. And rolls it foul over by the Red Sox dugout. Here's the real question. What 3 pitchers pitched for the Red Sox in Game 5 of the 1999 American League Division Series against Cleveland? A 1-2. Just missing, kind of surrounding the plate, and it's 2-2. Sliced foul, back and out of play, 2-2 to Lawton. Strikes out Lawton. Strikeout number 8 for Pedro Martinez. He's retired 7 in a row. The Red Sox trailing 2-1.
car before you check out the Hyundai Elantra. The Elantra costs $1,600 less than a Honda Civic LX when comparably equipped. Yet it's loaded with standard features like air conditioning and power everything. Not to mention standard front side impact airbags for added safety. And quality that lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. The Hyundai Elantra starting at just $12,099. With Hyundai, you win. Get a 2004 Elantra with $2,000 cash back or 0% APR.
Welcome to the House of Beer. We have 170 kinds of beer from all over the world. The beers are color-coated and separated by country, style, and color. Call me when you're ready.
I'm ready. All of Sam Adams.
Yeah.
You can go around the world and not find a better beer than Samuel Adams. Always a good decision.
Suarez, I have some good news. I'm taking you out.
Oh, you said you had good news.
I do. I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico. Give me the ball.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy with Eric Freed back at Fenway. Last half of inning number 4. Manny Ramirez, Jason Varitek, and David Ortiz scheduled to bat in the inning, facing CC Sabathia, who is 44 pitches deep into his outing. And this one going to the backstop on the fly.
Sabathia trying to throw a changeup to Manny, and I would say just loses control of it a bit.
Just a little bit outside.
Sabathia knows the numbers. 6 for 10 for Manny, 3 home runs.
He's behind Manny 3-0. He throws him a strike, 3-1, and he took a step towards first base. Another step towards first, and again the strike call from Ron Culpa and a full count.
Both pitches in just about the same spot. To Manny Ramirez, outside corner fastballs.
Yeah, he takes ball 4. The Red Sox have the leadoff man on in the 4th. The first walk given up by Sabathia. The answer to your question, Jerry, is Melrose, Massachusetts.
I knew that one.
And the answer to the Aflac question, the 3 pitchers pitch for the Red Sox Game 5 of the Division Series versus the Indians. Saberhagen, Lowe, and Pedro Martinez. Pedro Martinez, the winning pitcher in 12-8 win. Sox were helped out by Troy O'Leary's 2 home runs. One of them the pinch hit grand slam.
That's the day that I think everybody was surprised to see Pedro come out of the bullpen in that game.
I thought that was going to be the end of Jerry Trupiano that night. Did you hear his way back calls on the O'Leary?
No.
Grand slam. Wow. I thought he was just going to, it was all going to come to an end. He was very fired up, as well he should have been. Trupi looks in fantastic shape. He's on one of those diets now, and he's shedding the pounds very quickly. Two and 1 to Jason Varitek. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Sabathia going to work on the cleats. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2 to Varitek. Been a hot 17 for his last 43. Jason Varitek over the last 13 games, hitting at .395. There goes Ramirez on a steal. The pitch inside, the throw down, and Manny is out at second base.
Now you have to wonder if that's a missed sign. Very unusual they'd be sending Manny on a 2-2 count, attempting to steal second base. Manny off with the pitch, the ball up and in, and Victor Martinez has now thrown out only 3 of 26 going against him this season.
Well, Varitek jumps after that pitch and strikes out. Second strikeout for Sabathia, and there's 2 down.
Well, each time the Red Sox win at Fenway Park, Hood donates $1,500 to the Hood Home Team Advantage charity program. The program benefits children's hospitals throughout New England. It's another reason you can feel good about Hood.
Two down for David Ortiz. The center fielder Coco Crisp a step or two towards right center for Ortiz to pull. Well, Belliard, who normally lines up in right field on David Ortiz, at least he did at Jacobs Field. Here a little bit of dirt underneath his shoes at second base. And a much different defensive alignment for the Indians here against Ortiz. Ortiz hits one high and deep to right field. Way back and gone. A long, majestic home run from David Ortiz to tie the score at 2.
Both home runs for the Red Sox coming on the fastball. Kapler, an inside fastball. Same thing to David Ortiz. Ortiz had been 0 for 10 in his career against Sabathia, but he gets out in front of this fastball. That ball just above the belt, and no question about it when it left the bat.
David Ortiz going 21 at bats in between home runs. His last home run was May 5th at Jacobs Field against Jeff D'Amico. And he picks up his 8th home run of the season here tonight, adding to a solo home run from Gabe Kapler last inning, and the Red Sox have tied the score 2-2. Reaches out, goes the other way with it, and it lands into right for a base hit. Going with the pitch was Bill Miller, and he stands at first with 2 down, his first hit of the night.
Sabathia going to the curveball that's down and away from Bill Miller, but he just reaches out over the plate and just slaps it into the opposite field for the base hit. That ball looked like it might have been 6 inches off the outside part of the plate.
There's Kapler, who homered last time up. Kapler's first home run of this season. Got to go back to September 26th of last season. Some 86 at bats for his last home run. It'll hurry up, and Bruscal can do nothing with it. He captures it in behind the mound on the high chop that has Kapler at first, and Bill Miller up 90 feet to second base.
A strange inning for the Red Sox. You know, the only ball that's really been hit hard was the home run by Ortiz. Miller with the base hit to the opposite field. Now the one big high bounce over the head of CC Sabathia.
Carl Willis, the pitching coach, out there to talk to Sabathia. And the Red Sox with 2 home runs tonight, a solo shot for Kapler, a solo shot for David Ortiz. And the breakdown from last year to this year in terms of solo home runs, the majority of them 25 for the Red Sox in 2004. This is through the first 43 home runs between last year and this year, and more 2-run shots last year. But the 3-run variety very much so for the Red Sox in 2004, one-sided. Okie Reese jolts one to center, but Coco Crisp is there to make the catch for the final out of the inning. The Red Sox strand two, but they pick up a solo home run from David Ortiz to tie the score at 2 at the end of 4.
Money on your mind? At Sovereign, we're here with red carpet service. Guaranteed.
Phew! I never thought we'd get out of there, Phil.
Well, timing is everything, Bernie.
And there's no better time to save at Bernie and Phil's Furniture.
Yes, look.
The time is now. Make no down payment, no payments, and pay no interest for 1 full year.
Say that one more time.
Sure. Make no down payment, no payments, and pay no interest for 1 full year at Bernie and Phil.
That's nice.
The 7-passenger, electronic 4-wheel drive Acura MDX. Power and safety, living in perfect harmony.
Welcome to the House of Beer. We have 170 kinds of beer from all over the world. The beers are color-coded and separated by country, style, and color. Call me when you're ready.
I'm ready. All the Sam Adams.
Yeah.
You can go around the world and not find a better beer than Samuel Adams. Always a good decision.
Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy, along with Eric Freed, back at Fenway, top of the 5th inning. Omar Vizquel, 2 for 2 tonight. Takes the 1-0 for a strike. Look at Pedro Martinez's pitches by inning. A tough first 2 innings tonight, and largely the reason that he is up so high. Eight strikeouts for Pedro over the first 4 innings. To left field, Manny Ramirez started back, but now comes in to handle out number 1.
Well, Fenway Park is the place to be this summer. There are still a few tickets available for tomorrow night's game against the Cleveland Indians. It's a 7 o'clock start here at Fenway. Get your tickets today online at redsox.com or by calling 877-RED-SOX-9.
One out here in the 5th. Pedro's now retired 8 in a row. Jody Garrett's been on base twice tonight, a single and a walk. He's also scored a run. Pedro Martinez with his 8 strikeouts tonight. It is a season high, ties a season high. Had 8 last time out against Cleveland Indians over 7 innings. Not had a double-figure strikeout total yet this season in any one of his individual starts. On behind 3-0 to Jody Garrett. Well, you hope that one of your big guns, when he hits home runs, they come at good times and are clutch. 7 of the 8 home runs that David Ortiz has hit this season have either tied or given the Red Sox the lead. Garrett skies one to right center field. Damon over to handle it, and there's 2 down.
That's really just kind of a follow-up for Ortiz of what he did at the end of last season for the Red Sox. It seemed like every home run he hit last year was a big home run for the Red Sox, and it's continuing on here in 2004.
That's amazing. 7 of 8 home runs have either tied the game or given the Red Sox the lead. And in this case, it tied the game 2-2 with a solo home run in the 4th inning. 2 outs in the 5th for Victor Martinez. He has to jump back out of the way. Pedro needing some quick innings here as he is at 88 pitches in his outing with 2 outs in the 5th. Last time out throwing 93 pitches through 7 innings. The most he has thrown in any outing this season is 106, doing it twice. Outings 2 and 3. Shallow right center field. Kapler moving in and calling. A 12-pitch inning for Pedro Martinez, who's now retired 10 Indians in a row. Halfway through this one, tied at 2.
The value of the #1 selling Ford Explorer just got better. For the first time in the U.S. and only in New England, get an Explorer XLS with a sport appearance package and a 3rd-row seat. Get this specially equipped Explorer with a 3rd-row seat, 4x4 and more, with $5,245 cash back, or 0% financing for 60 months, plus $3,245 cash back. This is the best value on the most affordable Explorer ever. Only in New England, only for a limited time.
What's the deal? Why the grins and eager faces? It's too early for the normal social graces. Is it my smile, my look, or what I say? Hey, I'm not complaining, things you fell right away, yeah.
McDonald's always makes your morning easier. Come in early and you can grab a McGriddle sandwich or your favorite breakfast sandwich and go.
McDonald's, this way to start my day. I'm loving it.
Now open 6 a.m. or earlier.
When you care more about beer, Samuel Adams, always a good decision.
Don't buy another car before you check out the Hyundai Elantra. The Elantra costs $1,600 less than a Honda Civic LX when comparably equipped. Yet it's loaded with standard features like air conditioning and power everything. Not to mention standard front side impact airbags for added safety. And quality that lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. The Hyundai Elantra starting at just $12,099. With Hyundai, you win. Get a 2004 Elantra with $2,000 cash back or 0% APR.
Pedro Martinez, through the first 5 innings, has now thrown 90 pitches. He's retired 10 in a row. And certainly settled down after early trouble tonight, giving up 2 runs to the Indians in the first and getting out of a bases-loaded jam in the second. They're tied at 2 into the bottom of the 5th. Johnny Damon, Mark Bellhorn, and Kevin Millar expected. When the day began, C.C. Sabathia second in the American League in earned run average, bringing his 2.34 ERA into the outing tonight, only behind Freddie Garcia of Seattle. On the ground to first, Broussard wins the foot race for out number 1. This game summary is brought to you by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. Pedro Martinez has racked up a total of 8 strikeouts through the first 5 innings. The Red Sox with solo home runs from Gabe Kapler in the 3rd inning, his first of 2004. And a solo home run from David Ortiz in the 4th inning, his 8th of the season. And we are tied at 2. Mark Bellhorn doubled his last time up. 1 of 5 Red Sox hits. Fouled away, and it's 2-1 to Bellhorn.
It's amazing when Sabathia throws a changeup. That changeup is still at 85 miles an hour. If he could get that to drop some, maybe down to, closer to 80, he might get a few more swings and misses on that pitch.
Full count now to Bellhorn. CC Sabathia from Vallejo, California. Walks Mark Bellhorn with one out in the 5th inning. The league leaders are brought to you by Volvo, the official vehicle of the Boston Red Sox. And we look at the fewest runners, 9 innings pitched. Javier Vasquez, 9.00, and CC Sabathia second. Chilling in the top 5 in the American League. Kerry Wood leading in the NL.
Well, Tom Glavine having a terrific year for the New York Mets.
Bouncing back. 1 out, 1 on. Second walk given up by Sabathia tonight. Millar juices one to left field. Back goes Lawton to the warning track to make the catch in front of the wall. It appeared to the crack of the bat Millar would have that one go further, but did not get as much good wood on there as he needed. And he is out number 2.
3 fly ball outs tonight for Millar. 1 to center field, 1 to right field, and now 1 to left field. They'll put Lawton back just in front of the scoreboard to make this catch. I think Millar was just hoping that ball had enough to get off the wall. Not quite.
So 2 the track that time, and there's 2 down in the inning. Bellhorn still at first base. And here's Ramirez, who has struck out tonight and walked. After walking last time, Manny was thrown out trying to steal second base. Wild swing from Ramirez. 0-2. Last year, CC Sabathia named to his first All-Star team. And he fouls it off to stay alive.
He also finished 10th in the American League in ERA.
Today is his 101st career start. He's just 23 years of age. Right out of the gate, the Indians knew he was going to be a good one. Rookie season, 17 wins. His 80th pitch tonight. This is away to Ramirez.
I'll bet he'll lose a few pounds in this game tonight. Big guy, warm, muggy conditions tonight here at Fenway.
And he chops it deep third. Merlone with a long throw gets it there in plenty of time to retire Manny Ramirez. And gone are the Red Sox in the 5th. We played 5, tied at 2.
Eyewitness News is coverage you can count on every morning between 5 and 7 a.m.
We know you want the latest overnight news, so while you're sleeping, we're on the street gathering news stories. And above it all, Rhode Island's only live news helicopter.
We're monitoring the wires, getting the latest news from around the world off the satellites, putting together all the information you need to start your day.
Overnight news coverage on Eyewitness News this morning beginning at 5 a.m.
Quality items, great prices, and convenient locations. Extramart has all your bases covered.
Stop by for a cup of our very own Brew Boy coffee or a double-sized Deli Joe sandwich. Heading for home or running on empty, Extra Mart introduces Extra Fuels, our own premium quality gasoline.
All this month, come into Extra Mart for a great selection of Hershey's milk and milkshakes, specially priced at just $1.09.
Priced right and ready to go, Extra Mart is always a home run.
A race car driver wouldn't think about driving without good tires, and neither should you. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest volume discount tire dealer, where you save on Toyo tires. At Town Fair Tire, you receive free mounting, free flat repair, free tire rotation, free snow tire changeover, free front wheel alignment with 2-tire purchase. Go to Town Fair Tire for the guaranteed lowest price on Toyo tires. Town Fair Tire, the best place to buy tires.
Town Fair Tire.
Back at Fenway, top half of the 6th inning, tied at 2. And on to the top half of the 6th inning, where Travis Hafner, Ronnie Belliard, Ben Broussard scheduled to bat for the Indians against Pedro Martinez, who has retired 10 Indians in a row. Last Cleveland Indian to reach, Jody Garrett, back in the 2nd inning, and here we are in the 6th. Another outing in which Pedro Martinez has had kind of a tough start to his outing, but then very nicely settles in after that. The Indians getting 2 in the 1st, and then Pedro got himself into a bases loaded jam in the 2nd that he was able to work out of.
That's interesting, Don. I don't know if it's coincidence because it's the same team, but, you know, it's his 1st inning struggles, and then after that he settles down and pitches very well. It'd be something that he and Dave Wallace may be looking at between starts. You know, is there something maybe in warming up, or the amount of time between when he finishes warming up and he starts the game? I don't know. You know, it's curious that there have been some 1st inning struggles.
Is there any kind of advantage to face a pitcher twice within a week?
Well, I think there is. You know, well, you see the guy again the same. You know, he's not going to pitch the same way, obviously, he did in the last outing. But I think pitchers would prefer not to see the same lineup again. And really, quite honestly, if you're the Indians or the Red Sox, you would prefer not to see Sabathia and Pedro again. You know, it's not like you got them figured out. I mean, they're going to come out with their game, and if they're on, they're going to be tough on you.
Well, a season-high 9 strikeout performance for Pedro Martinez.
Now, you're getting up in the 95 pitch zone, but you remember his last 2 starts were pretty low pitch counts, 87 and 93. So this may be a game here where they might, you know, be able to go more than that 105, 106 magic number.
And with 96 pitches right now for Pedro Martinez and nobody up in the pen, it certainly looks that way, although he's got things very much in control right now as he faces Ronnie Belliard.
I mean, the first 2 innings, Don, the start is crazy. I mean, every out he got was by strikeout.
Yeah.
And that's very unusual. And then, you know, all the hits mixed in between.
Pulling behind Belliard, 2-0. To center field. Damon started back. Now he's got to come in, but it hangs up long enough. Makes the catch, 2 down.
Well, kids, join Red Sox Kid Nation, presented by Hood. It's the first official Red Sox fan club just for kids 14 and younger. Members receive all the items listed here on your screen, and membership is just $20. You can pick up an application at redsox.com by calling 888-RED-SOX-6 or at the Fenway Park box office.
And some kids enjoying some great seats here tonight.
Right in the front row, huh? They got their glove ready for foul ball.
2 down in the 6th. Ben Broussard's 0 for 2. He is struck out and grounded out. This is the 100th pitch of the night for Pedro Martinez. Pedro's retired 12 Indians in a row. Fouled off himself, and it evens up now at 2-2. The crowd starting to get it going here with a count of 2-2 to Ben Broussard. He strikes out. Petey's got it going on tonight. That's the 10th strikeout for Pedro Martinez. Down in order go the Indians.
Your Dodge dealers got the best values in America, like the all-new Dodge Durango with 5-star, the highest government frontal crash test rating, plus available Hemi power, room for 7, and an even smoother ride. It's the all-new SUV with all you could want. Now grab $3,000 in combined cash allowances or 0% financing on Dodge Durango. Plus our 770 powertrain limited warranty. Great products plus great protection plus great deals gets you the best values in America.
Dunkin' Donuts Real Iced Latte, the drink that brings you back.
Sorry.
Dunkin' Donuts Iced Latte, made with real espresso. It's the refreshing way to bring you back to life.
Good luck.
Oh, yes.
Rebecca from HR, you're 10 o'clock?
Have you found a health plan to please the great and powerful boss?
Yes, sir. Navigator by Tufts Health Plan.
Right.
Navigator gives us more information, helps us make smarter choices. And that leads to better quality and lower costs for everyone.
A health plan with a heart and a brain. Yes.
Tufts Health Plan. Yes, no one does more to keep you healthy.
It's Toyota's nationwide sales drive at your Toyota dealer, featuring a full line of fan favorites, industry-leading quality, and incredible values. Like the Toyota Camry's highest cash back ever, $1,000. Or you can save with 0% APR financing. Or choose Highlander and get cash back of $500 on models with available all-wheel drive and third-row seating. The race is on. Toyota's nationwide sales drive ends June 1st. See your New England Toyota dealer now.
Bottom of the 6th inning back at Fenway Park. Jason Varitek leading it off. And CC Sabathia back out on the mound. He's 81 pitches deep. Pedro Martinez with his 67th career 10K game in a Red Sox uniform. He is one shy of Roger Clemens. And his first, obviously, this season that he has jumped into double figures in terms of strikeouts in any outing that he's had. Varitek appeared to punch at it and did. Bill Miller, first base umpire, said he offered.
Take a look from up above on that swing by Jason Varitek. Looks like he did lose control of the head of that bat.
Varitek has been hit by a pitch tonight and has walked. The totals are identical on the board in left. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Cleveland. 2-5-0 for the Red Sox.
Don't miss the 2004 Red Sox Play a Pin Collection. It all starts in the Boston Globe this Sunday, May 16th, with a free Red Sox Pin Collector's album. Start your collection and pick up the Globe this Sunday.
Varitek walks to begin things here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by your New England Jeep dealers, by Pepsi, and by Volvo, the official vehicle of the Boston Red Sox. Veritek walking. It is the third walk given up by CC Sabathia tonight. And here's David Ortiz, who homered his last time up. The home run for Ortiz, his 8th of the season. Ortiz lines it out of the reach of Merloni in the left. Veritek up to second base, and David Ortiz with his second hit. Red Sox got something going in the last of the 6th.
Last time up, it was an up and in fastball that Ortiz hit for the home run. This time it's a curveball from Sabathia, and right down that third base line. That ball again off the outside part of the plate. Miller did it earlier in the game, and now Ortiz does it. They were really pulled over. Lou was pulled over quite a way towards shortstop with Ortiz at the plate. Shoots it by him for the base hit. Right now the Indians talking over what possible bunt play they will use if the Red Sox do sacrifice.
Bill Miller 1 for 2 tonight, singling his last time up. One of 6 Red Sox hits tonight off CC Sabathia. Sabathia up to 92 pitches. He's going to get a visit now from the pitching coach Carl Willis.
And for the first time tonight, there's some action down in that bullpen for Cleveland. David Risky. And you look at Sabathia, the way he wears that uniform, very similar to David Wells, who wore a very baggy uniform.
What would you call that? Loose fitting?
Yes, loose fitting, yes. Really loose down at the bottom there, too.
Not a lot of stirrup showing.
Almost like bell bottoms. Did you ever wear bell bottoms?
No.
No, you're a young man. That was quite the style.
Must have been a great look for you. I didn't mean to laugh out loud. I was just thinking, you probably wore them all the time. It was your era.
In high school, yeah. Styling.
2 on, nobody out. And Bill Miller out ahead, 3-0. Sabathia having a little trouble with his control right now. 13 pitches, 8 of them for balls in the inning. Strike to make it 3-1. Veritek walk to begin the inning. David Ortiz single to left. 2 on, nobody out. Popped up into short right Belliard, ranging back to make the catch for out number 1.
It's interesting watching the Indians go through their signs, not expecting, but in case of a bunt. And they certainly know the history. The Red Sox don't bunt very much. They were just in a pretty standard bunt situation with the 2 men out and nobody out. Nothing tricky like the shortstop going to third, because heading down deep, they really didn't expect the Red Sox to bunt. They just don't bunt that much.
Gabe Kapler's 2 for 2, a home run and an infield hit. Reinserted back into the Red Sox lineup, making the start tonight. Kapler. Sabathia up to 98 pitches, 57 for strikes tonight. David Risky still up in the Cleveland bullpen. Little nubber. Sabathia off the mound. His only play is to first, and he throws a bullet to first base to retire Kapler. But Veritek to third, Ortiz to second. With 2 outs in the inning, and here comes one of the newest fan favorites for Red Sox fans, Pokey Reese.
Pokey Reese with 7 2-out RBI in the season. Ortiz leads the team with 11.
And he takes strike 1. Reese not known for his hitting over the last 11 games, hitting at .343. And that, of course, includes the 2 home runs that he had here over the weekend. Down 0-2.
That is pitch right there to Sabathia, challenging him with the fastball. Good cut by Pokey Reese, but fouled it straight back. 0-2. Everything in the favor of the pitcher now.
Reese doesn't chase, and it's 1-2. Red Sox tied at 2, batting here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Veritek at third, Ortiz at second, 2 down. Sabathia up over 100 pitches at 102. They elevate again, and it's 2-2 to Reese.
It's interesting, the difference between a guy like Sabathia, a young pitcher, and a veteran like Schilling. That 0-2 pitch for Schilling means something. It's something that you really got to think about swinging at. It's that close. Sabathia just really wasted one, 0-2, and now he's got himself in a 2-2 count.
Seems like Kurt may go away, but he's going away to that outside corner when he does it.
Yeah, wherever that pitch is, I mean, it's something that the hitter has to think about swinging at. Every now and then he's going to give up 0-2 hits, but for the most part, it's a quality pitch.
Reese lines it to right. Garrett moving in to make the catch, middle to cap high. And the Red Sox strand 2 in scoring position. We played 6, tied at 2.
Reverse the curse.
What's all the excitement at Down East Toyota? Logan and his friends have discovered the huge selection of used vehicles in our lot. More than 300 quality pre-owned vehicles, compact cars, full-size trucks, and vehicles for the entire family. We're Maine's #1 Toyota dealer, and that means we also have the best selection of used Toyotas, with more trades coming in every day. Credit not so perfect? We can help you too. Take it from Logan and his friends. The best deals on used vehicles are at Down East Toyota, across from Super Walmart and Brewer.
I'm a take-charge kind of mom. Things should be in order. Adelphia high-speed internet was the first step in my out with the old, in with the new plan.
Call now to get your first month free, plus sign up for a digital advantage pack and get a free modem.
Been there, tried that. So now the family can email photos, download music and videos without wasting time.
And the kids get homework done in a snap.
And still have time to mow the grass.
Add high-speed internet to one of our value packs and save even it all home with Adelphia.
On June 4th, my big brother was sentenced to 5 years in prison for a gun crime. That day, he sentenced me to 5 years of walking home alone from school.
When you commit a gun crime, your family pays the price.
100 years ago, Lewis and Clark set out to discover an all-water route to the Pacific. But what they really discovered are qualities we can still learn from today. Walk with them and see what you discovered.
For every runner the Red Sox catch stealing this season on NESN, you have a chance to win a LoJack stolen vehicle recovery system. Log on to NESN.com and enter the date, opponent, runner's name for your chance to win in the LoJack Hot Stealing Sweepstakes. Lou Merlone to lead it off. Pedro Martinez has retired 13 Indians in a row. Last base runner for Cleveland back in the second inning. There was a walk to Jody Garrett. Now an Embry up in the Red Sox bullpen. Pedro at 104 pitches. Lou with a strikeout in the second inning. He lined out to center field in the fourth. Hard hit, but on one hop to Pokey Reese. Maloney retired for out number 114 in a row. Retired by Pedro Martinez.
Ball hit hard again by Lou Merlone, but Pokey Reese right there to make it on one hop. With a pro hop step and then the throw to first base to retire Lou. This will be Pedro's last inning. I'm sure you see Embry up in that bullpen. And now Pedro at 106. As I mentioned, Don, they're not afraid tonight to go over that limit because of the low pitch counts, I think, in the last two starts.
Well, this next pitch will mark the longest outing for him in terms of pitches this season. He'd gone 106 twice. April 10th, a win against Toronto, and then in a no decision on April 15th against Baltimore. In that game against Baltimore, the Red Sox lost 12-7. And those 106 pitches were over 5 innings, and Pedro giving up 7 runs in that outing.
It seems like he has one a year against Baltimore.
Yeah. To the tune of 10 runs last year.
By the way, the Orioles 1 game behind the Red Sox. 16-12 on the season.
Winners of 3 in a row. And Toronto has figured it out. They have now won 6 games in a row. Red Sox to be headed to Toronto after tomorrow night's game. Open up a 4-game series with the Blue Jays. Second visit of the year for the Red Sox. Coco Crisp a single in the second inning. A full count now.
Well, Chris trying to pull a surprise on the Red Sox. 2 strikes. He had Miller well behind that bag at third, and it looked like he wanted to drop one down that third baseline.
Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. Strike 3. Strikeout number 11 for Pedro.
Pedro's velocity has increased as the game has gone on. 92 with that last fastball up and away to Coco Crisp. He got about halfway through that swing and he wanted to stop it.
Two down. Matt Lawton, the top of the Indians order. 0 for 3 tonight. He has struck out 3 times against Pedro Martinez. And that first 2 innings hurting Pedro's pitch count. The 27 pitches in the first inning, 24 in the second inning, and after just 2 innings was at 51 pitches. Using a minimal amount since. Softly rolled right side. Ortiz will need Martinez, who's there in plenty of time. 16 in a row retired by Pedro Martinez. 7th inning stretch time from Fenway, tied at 2.
decision.
Did you know that Ford Super Duty can tow 12,500 pounds? That's almost 2 whole Boston Red Sox rosters. And now you can get Super Duty with up to $4,000 cash back. Or get 0% financing plus $500 Ford credit bonus cash on this built Ford Tough truck. Qualified commercial customers can get an additional $1,000 upfit reimbursement on the truck with the most torque in its class.
Only at your New England Ford dealer.
For extra convenience, extra value, and extra service, stop at Extra Mart. When you're on the go, you need a little extra. Fuel up on Extra Mart's Deli Joe sandwiches, Brew Boy coffee, and more.
This month, Extra Mart is your baseball headquarters. Come in for the best in Major League collectibles and trading cards from Upper Deck, Topps, Fleer, and Donruss. Enter to win a trip for 2 to the 2004 All-Star Game in Houston.
With over 150 locations throughout New England, be smart. Shop Extra Mart.
Johnny Damon leads off the last of the 7th inning to right center field. And the center fielder, Coco Crisp, takes care of out number 1. Damon retired. Now, Pedro Martinez, who retired the last 16 Indians in a row, throwing 115 pitches, 71 for strikes tonight. The jacket on and the handshakes all around. It appears Pedro done tonight. Mark Bellhorn, 1 for 2 with a walk.
That was so similar to last outing against Cleveland, except more strikeouts tonight for Pedro.
And less run support. The Red Sox coming up with a couple of runs. A solo shot from Gabe Kapler in the 3rd. A solo shot from David Ortiz in the 4th inning. Told you that for Pedro, the 67th in his career in a Red Sox uniform, the 94th overall. Not a play, and it's 2-2 to Bellhorn. Dunkin' Donuts is pleased to welcome those in the Dunkin' Dugout tonight. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 5th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout. Over 7,000 children have had the opportunity to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. On the ground at 3rd, Merlone handles it and throws out Bellhorn. Hey, how come Julie got to touch the telestrator, right?
She very badly, since opening day, has wanted to underline the Dunkin' Donuts kid, so finally she had an opportunity.
I've been here 4 years, and anytime I go in that direction, there's like this wall that comes up.
Well, it's probably going to be another 4 years, too.
It's been here for all of 2 weeks.
That's not true. Yeah. You did touch my telestrator when I had back surgery.
I didn't think you found out about that. I thought you were under anesthesia at the time. And I thought it was as safe a time as any to do it, but I guess you found out about that.
I heard through the grapevine, yeah.
Yeah. Bob Tewksbury was kind enough to let me use the telestrator while you were out, I thought. Literally.
Actually, I was out for a couple of days. Pretty good. Not bad.
How is that stuff? Is it all right?
Good stuff.
Millar 0 for 3. 3 flyouts for Kevin Millar tonight. CC Sabathia 115 pitches deep. And he strikes out Millar, lunging after that pitch. Just the 3rd strikeout for CC Sabathia through 7, still tied at 2.
Don't buy another car before you check out the Hyundai Elantra. The Elantra costs $1,600 less than a Honda Civic LX when comparably equipped. Yet it's loaded with standard features like air conditioning and power everything. Not to mention standard front side impact airbags for added safety. And quality that lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. The Hyundai Elantra starting at just $12,099. With Hyundai, you win. Get a 2004 Elantra with $2,000 cash back or 0% APR.
Remotes to play a movie. Remotes to watch TV. Remotes for sound. Remotes for cable. When will home theater have one remote that operates everything? How about now? At the one place that can explain it all, deliver it all, and install it all. Tweeter. Just sit back and enjoy.
I was this close to filing bankruptcy. My credit card debt was out of control.
I didn't know where to turn. Are you overwhelmed by debt? Are creditors breathing down your neck? Do you feel lost and helpless? Then do what thousands of Americans have done. Join Debt-Free today.
Debt-Free got me out of debt and saved me thousands of dollars.
It's a great feeling knowing I'm helping my clients get out of debt and getting their life back on track.
Debt-Free is a non-profit organization that works with over 50,000 creditors to get you out of debt quickly and easily. Debt-Free got rid of my high interest rates, late fees, and penalty charges. You make one easy payment a month. Debt-Free does the rest.
When I explain to a caller how Debt-Free works, I can almost feel the weight lifting off their shoulders.
Debt-Free saved my life and my marriage.
Thanks to Debt-Free, I'll be debt-free. Debt-Free could save you thousands. Don't wait another second. Gather your bills and call Debt-Free today.
Pedro Martinez done tonight after 7 innings. He threw 115 pitches, 71 of them for strikes. And 16 in a row retired by Pedro before he departed. The final line, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, walked 2 and struck out 11. A season high, and he turns things over to Alan Embry.
Allen making his 18th appearance, which will be the most by any pitcher in the American League at this stage. Last time out for Embry was against Cleveland on Monday. An inning in that game gave up a couple of earned runs. So far this year, holding lefties to a 115 batting average. Right-handers 192.
Strike to Omar Vizquel, leads it off. He's 2 for 3 tonight. An infield hit and a single to center. He's also stolen a base. 2 of the 5 hits that Pedro Martinez gave up tonight were to Omar Vizquel. Up the middle, ranging is Pokey Reese. Throws out Omar Vizquel. It's time now to check out what's on tap for the Red Sox, brought to you by Heineken. The final game of the series here tomorrow night. It's the Cleveland Indians right here on NESN. Then it is off to Toronto for a 4-game series. First game on NESN. UPN 38 has Friday night in Boston. NESN outside of Boston. And Saturday and Sunday, both day games from Toronto. Red Sox closer Keith Folk up in the bullpen. Jody Garrett, the hitter. Red Sox in the last half of the 8th inning will be expecting Manny Ramirez, Jason Varitek, and David Ortiz. The Indians have a right-hander up. The Sabathia is at 116 pitches tonight.
Looks like Jose Jimenez may be the guy warming in the bullpen, just coming off the disabled list.
It is Jimenez who was rehabbing with the Buffalo Bisons when we were in Cleveland. Garrett ahead, 3-1. Chop to first, and Ortiz will take it alone for out number 2. So two-way, it brings up Victor Martinez. Victor Martinez from Venezuela. The Indians signed Victor Martinez at age 17 in 1996. The scout was Louis Aponte. I think it's the same Louis Aponte?
Must be, yeah, Luis Aponte. He's pitched for the Red Sox.
A scout with the Indians in Venezuela. Two down here in the 8th. 2 groundouts for Alan Embry. To left field and hit well. Back towards the monster seats and gone. Victor Martinez has hit his 6th home run of the season and put the Indians on top 3-2 with 1 swing of the bat.
Now Victor Martinez has done some damage against the Red Sox. That's his first home run from the right side of the plate this season. 5 from the left, now 1 from the right, and a big one to give the Indians the 3-2 lead. Fastball for Embry, and Martinez finds the monster seat. So he's got 3 runs batted in, all of them tonight for the Indians.
There's the 3rd home run given up by Alan Embry. And here's Travis Hafner 0 for 3. So Victor Martinez with a double to drive in 2 in the 1st inning, and now a home run here in the 8th, a solo shot. It's given the Indians a 3-2 lead. Embry gives up his 3rd home run here tonight, gave up 5 home runs all of last year. Off speed and outside, 2-1. Two and 2 now to Hafner. In on the hands, he somehow gets the bat on it, down into foul ground. Bill Miller, a diving catch. Well, the Indians, on the strength of a home run by Victor Martinez, have pulled ahead 3-2 as we head to the last of the 8th.
What's the deal? Why the grins and eager faces? It's too early for the normal social graces. Is it my smile, my look, or what I say? Hey, I'm not complaining, things are going right away, yeah.
McDonald's always makes your morning easier. Come in early and you can grab a McGriddle sandwich or your favorite breakfast sandwich and go.
McDonald's, way to start my day. I'm loving it.
Now open 6 a.m. or earlier.
Where can a Mercury Mountaineer take you? The sky's the limit. Announcing the Lincoln Mercury SUV Drive-Away. Get Mercury Mountaineer for a limited time with no charge power moonroof, no charge leather seating, and room for up to 7. Now drive Mercury Mountaineer for $279 a month with 2078 cash due at signing. The SUV drive-away. Only at your New England Lincoln Mercury dealer.
This could be a really boring commercial, unless you want a great leather sofa. Check this out. $887. Gloves soft, 8-way hand tied. Not boring. That's why we're #1.
Catch up when you wake up each morning with Sports Desk. Tune in Nesson anytime from 5 to 9 a.m. for Nesson's 15-minute rotating sports update. Sports Desk on Nesson. Our sportscast on your schedule, 7 days a week.
Decision. Back at Fenway, the Red Sox now down by a run as we head to the last half of the 8th. And into the game for Cleveland is Jose Jimenez.
Spent last season with Colorado, had 20 saves, a 2-10 record in 63 appearances. As Don mentioned earlier, just coming off the disabled list, he was bothered by a strained left intercostal muscle. Whatever that is, but he was on the DL for that.
Sounds painful, whatever it was. Danny Ramirez leads it off. And he struck out in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, was caught trying to steal second base in the 4th, and then grounded out to third base in the 5th inning. To right field, Jody Garrett coming on, has trouble seeing it at first, but then locates it to make the catch for out number 1. Let's check in with Eric Freed. Eric?
All right, time now for our Ford fan of the game. This is Kevin Cross. He's from Kennebunk, Maine, and we like to bring you the stories of people who go through great personal triumphs to get to Red Sox games. Why don't you tell the good people of New England how you got to this game here today?
I was the world lobster eating champion this last year.
How many lobsters do you have to eat to be the world champion?
I ate 16 lobsters in 8 minutes.
For that, he got 4 tickets to the Sox game here today. 16 lobsters in 8 minutes. Is that opening up the claw, opening up the shell?
Oh, I had an assistant that opened everything for me. He was a great picker named Chris Runlet. But I managed to consume it all. So
congratulations. Obviously, wherever he goes, I mean, it's just people all over the place. Follow the world lobster eating champion. 16 in 8 minutes. Our Ford fan of the game.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. That's kind of amazing, really.
Well, you know, I've heard of hot dog eating contests, but I've never heard of a lobster eating contest. No. That's an expensive concept.
Yes, 16 is very expensive. Veritek, the defensive line perfectly. Omar Vizquel up the middle, and he throws out Jason Veritek for out number 2. They had that lined up very well, and there's 2 away.
Sure did. They had both Merlone. You can see how far he's over, and you can see Vizquel almost directly behind second base, right to him, and he throws out Veritek for the 2nd out of the inning.
2 down for David Ortiz.
Now they got the shift on Ortiz as Maloney's the only guy left on the left side of the infield.
And he takes it down the left field line towards the corner. Rotten going to dig it out. David Ortiz headed for 2, and he will get there standing. So much for the shift.
Well, you know, even if they didn't have the shift on, Maloney still would have been off the line, and that still probably would have been a double. David Ortiz jumping on the first pitch. 3 hits in this game tonight to break out of his mini slump. That ball down and away, and Ortiz just shoots it to the opposite field. Great hitting by David Ortiz.
Pinch runner for the Red Sox, Cesar Crespo, takes over at second base for Ortiz. Two down in the inning, the tying run in scoring position for the Red Sox at second base, and here's Bill Miller. Turns around to bat from the left side now with the right-hander Jimenez into the game. The Indians have double-barreled action in the bullpen. Jimenez was ready to pitch, and then it came from the dugout for somebody to go talk to him, and he looks less than enthused to see anybody on the mound. Stewart and the closer Bentoncourt up in the bullpen. Scott Stewart, the only lefter the Indians have out there in the pen. Now Carl Willis will head out. That's, I think, to give those guys a chance to get ready.
I think that plus, you know, you get Bill Miller at the plate, Kapler on deck. Yeah, first base is open. Do they take their chances in walking Miller, pitch to Kapler, and possibly the pinch hitter? If you would pinch hit Daubach, for example, you'd probably get the left-handed Stewart in the game.
So the conference over. Bill Miller tonight got it into a fielder's choice in the second. He singled in the fourth and popped out to second base in the sixth inning. And then is 30 years of age. His first season with the Indians. And his whole career spent in the National League prior to this year. Falls behind Bill Miller.
See what's left is Crespo's been used here for the pinch hitter. Still Daubach, McCarty, and Mirabelli, and Jimenez the only pitcher used. Stewart the only left-hander in the bullpen for Eric Wedge.
Miller hits it to left field, back towards the wall and off the wall. Crespo coming around to score. The Red Sox have tied the score at 3. A clutch hit for Bill Miller.
Well, after all the conversations between Maloney, the pitching coach, it ends up being a ball off the wall by Bill Miller. Back-to-back doubles with 2 outs for the Red Sox to tie this ball game up. And Jimenez looked not too pleased about any of the conversations.
Bill Miller in scoring position now with the go-ahead run for the Red Sox here in the last of the 8th. Kapler takes strike 1. A home run for Gabe back in the 3rd inning, his first of 2004. An infield hit in the 4th and a ground out in the 6th. Kapler had not homered since last September, but here tonight gets his first of 2004. By the time the Red Sox were trailing by a run, Ortiz homered to tie it 2-2. Bill Miller has put the Red Sox back in a tie after trailing 3-2 coming into this inning with 2 outs. The double by Ortiz and the double by Bill Miller. Bring in the pinch runner, Cesar Crespo, to tie it at 3. Chopped up over the mound, and at second base, Belliard flips to Omar Vizquel. He can do nothing with it. The inning continues. Bill Miller now just 90 feet away.
Well, by getting to the ball, Belliard keeps it a tie game. Looked like the ball might be headed up the middle, but Belliard at least gets to it on the backhand. That's on the shortstop side of second. Belliard shading Kapler towards second base. A long way to go, and then Bill Miller rounds through it. He has to stop quickly, put on the brakes. Vizquel had the baseball.
We'll have a pinch hitter for Pokey Reese, Brian Daubach, making his way towards the plate.
Now that's probably going to bring in, I would think, the left-hander Stewart. And then when there be a counter move after that to go to a right-hander McCarty, we'll see.
And here comes Eric Wedge. We will step aside. The new pitcher coming on for Cleveland. We're tied at 3 in the 8th. Stewart coming on.
Recently, Dodge Ram was pitted against 4 different full-size competitors. An independent company ran each through a battery of tests. And every time, the truck that out-towed, out-hauled, and flat-out outperformed the competition was the Hemi-powered Dodge Ram. Kind of makes you realize why Ram commands respect from every driver, especially ones that count on performance. Sweet! 0% financing or $3,500 in combined cash allowances plus a great warranty gets you the best values in America.
Hey, where's the salsa? Behind the Heineken.
Get 2 free downloads from Reel with every specially marked 12-pack of Heineken. No purchase required. See store display or Heineken.com for details. While supplies last.
Get hooked every Friday on Nesson. Inshore and offshore, the best in fishing action is on the hook. Join Dave Sloan as he hits the Whitecaps in search of the biggest fish in New England. Dave brings you New England's best recipes for saltwater delights. Get all the tasty details and great tips at onthehook.com.
Fire up the grill, boys!
So head for the deep water every Friday at 5:30 on Nesson.
Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, by Chevrolet, by Coors Light, by Lincoln Mercury Dealers, by Foxwoods Resort and Casino, and by Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox Cable Network. Jose Jimenez gone after 2/3 of an inning. Run charge to him so far, still responsible for the 2 men on as he turns things over to the only left-hander in the Cleveland pen, Scott Stewart.
He worked in the game last night, pitched an inning against the Red Sox and had a couple of strikeouts. And as predicted, the Daubach back to the dugout and David McCarty into pinch hit. So I think it's a matchup that Terry Francona likes.
McCarty has not faced Scott Stewart as he stands in. McCarty hitting his first home run of the season on Saturday, a 2-run shot off Nate Field. The 9th inning to help the Red Sox win 9-1. The go-ahead run for the Red Sox 90 feet away, and Bill Miller, Kapler at first. And McCarty takes strike 1. McCarty lines it into right field, a base hit. From third comes Bill Miller. Hitting for third and beyond is Kapler. He's coming around. McCarty hitting to third base. It's a 2-run triple. David McCarty is tonight's hero. He puts the Red Sox on top 5-3 with a pinch hit 2-run triple.
Coming with 2 outs for the Red Sox again. That ball down and away. McCarty, excellent job of covering the outside corner. Drops it down the right field line. That's a matchup I mentioned that I think that they were much more comfortable with. They got that matchup, and it pays off for the Red Sox. Even though you had to use another player in Daubach, you wanted that lefty against a righty, and McCarty wins that battle.
4 years ago, he had his last triple. 1-1 to Johnny Damon. Now, David McCarty, who hit 7 home runs in spring training, played his way onto this roster. And has contributed defensively for the Red Sox at first base. Contributes here tonight in a big way. Damon down 1 and 2. And again tonight, the Red Sox exposing the weakness of this Cleveland Indians team, and that has been their bullpen all season long. On the ground to first, Broussard will take it alone, and that will conclude the inning, but not before the Red Sox put a 3 spot on the board in the 8th. The Red Sox on top 5-3 as we head for the ninth.
There's this guy named Murphy. He's got this law that says whatever can go wrong will. That's why the trail-rated Jeep Grand Cherokee is tested on Earth's toughest terrain. It's your loophole in Murphy's Law. Get an additional $1,000 for a total combined cash allowance of $4,500 for qualified buyers who finance through Chrysler Financial.
Years ago, a car company bragged about rich Corinthian leather.
Right, and you had to be rich to afford it.
But at Bernie and Phil's Furniture, we've helped to make leather affordable.
We offer well-crafted, luxurious leather at prices that fit your family's budget.
So you don't have to be rich, just intelligent.
To know where to go for the best value on quality leather.
Bernie and Phil, quality, comfort, and price. That's nice. Cesar Crespo ran for Ortiz, stays in the game at shortstop for the Red Sox. And David McCarty with the big triple takes over at first base for David Ortiz.
And one more look at that triple as he goes down that right field line. Again, no fan interferes with the ball. 2 runs come across to the Red Sox, and McCarty ends up on third base. And the Red Sox have a 2-run lead.
Keith Folk into the game for the Red Sox to pitch the ninth with a 2-run lead. In search of his 7th save of the season. Belliard chops it towards third. Miller on the run and in plenty of time for out number 1.
Folk making his 2nd appearance of this series. Don mentioned the 6 saves. He's 6 for 6 in save opportunities. Leading the lead is Mariano Rivera. He's got 12, and Francisco Cordero of Texas has 10.
One down for Ben Broussard. 0 for 3 tonight, a pair of strikeouts and a ground out. $35,401 on hand here tonight at Fenway Park.
I think they're all still here, too.
Yes, they are. They sell out, the 80th consecutive sellout for the Red Sox here at Fenway Park. The Indians with a run in the top of the 8th to pull ahead 3-2. The Red Sox answer with 3 runs of their own in the bottom of the 8th. Boston on top 5-3 in the 9th. Two and 2 to Ben Broussard. strikes out Broussard, 2 down in the ninth. It's the 12th strikeout for Red Sox pitching. Pedro had 11 of them.
Polk now with 15 strikeouts and 18 2/3 innings. High fastball to Broussard. He struck out 3 times tonight.
Lou Merlone with 2 outs. Tough night for Broussard. He joins Matt Lawton, who also struck out 3 times tonight. Lou striking out in the 2nd, lining out in the 4th, grounding out in the 7th. Red Sox trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Strike 2 to Merlone, and it's 0-2. $35,401 standing at Fenway Park. Merlone stays alive. The 0-2. Merlone strikes out. The Red Sox win. David McCarty, tonight's hero, with the 2-run triple. And the Red Sox win it 5-3 to take the middle game of this 3-game series against the Indians. We will step aside and have more from Fenway after this.
Quality items, great prices, and convenient locations. Extramart has all your bases covered. Stop by for a cup of our very own Brew Boy coffee or a double-sized Deli Joe sandwich. Heading for home or running on empty, Extramart introduces Extra Fuels, our own premium quality gasoline.
All this month, come into Extramart for a great selection of Hershey's milk and milkshakes, specially priced at just $1.09.
Priced right and ready to go, Extramart is always a home run.
Sovereign, we're here with red carpet service, guaranteed.
Welcome to the House of Beer. We have 170 kinds of beer from all over the world. The beers are color-coded and separated by country, style, and color. Call me when you're ready.
I'm ready. All the Sam Adams. Yeah.
You can go around the world and not find a better beer than Samuel Adams. Always a good decision.
Back at Fenway, the Red Sox win it 5-3. We send it down to field level, and Eric Fried. Eric?
Thank you very much, Don. David McCarty is with us here. The big triple coming in the 8th inning to push the Sox over the top. And it's a tough position for you because you are a bench player and you have to be ready at a moment's notice. You are like the Minuteman version of the Red Sox. But tell us a little bit about being prepared for a position like that.
Well, usually around the 5th or 6th inning, the bench guys will go up to the clubhouse and take a few swings off the tee, do some stretching, get loose so that we're prepared and ready to go in.
Let's go through that hit. Your first triple in 4 years. Tell us about the pitch and what you wanted to do with it.
Well, a lot of pinch hitting is just knowing the situation. And I knew with the guy on third right there, tie ball game, all we needed really was a single. So I wasn't looking to do too much. I wasn't going to overswing, just looking to hit a line drive. There was a pitch out over the plate and was tailing away from me and just went with it.
That was the Fox Sports play of the day. Now, Brian Dahlbeck was originally announced. Were you ready? Were you prepared just in case there was that switch by Terry Francona to go back to you?
Yeah, definitely. Dauber and I, we've got enough experience. We know that, if the lefty's in, I might go up, and if they bring in a righty, then he would go in. And so we look at those situations, we talk about them, and make sure that we're ready.
And always ready and ready tonight. Congratulations, Dave.
Thank you.
David McCarty with the big triple for the Sox here tonight. Let's go back to you, Don.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. The Red Sox with the win now, 20-13. Embry the winner, Jimenez the loser, and Folk picks up his 7th save. The Red Sox winning it 5-3. For Jerry Remy, Don Orsillo saying so long from Fenway. It's time now for WB Mason's Extra Innings with Tom Caron. Tom?
Thanks very much. Along with Jim Rice, and after last night's game, this was a lot of fun to watch.
Well, it's like Jack and Gleason, how sweet it is.
A lot of strategy went into that last half inning for the Red Sox. A lot of fun as far as watching them put together that rally.
Well, you have to be prepared, and like McCarty said, that when you have a double switch, you have guys that talk about it, go upstairs. I was in a situation like that, and you just hope that you are able to come out and be part of that. And that's what happened tonight. He was part of it.
Boy, that 8th, you had Ortiz beating the shift. You had a pinch runner, a double switch. We got a lot to talk about, so stay with us. WB Mason's Extra Innings coming up next. Keith Folk closes out a 5-3 win at Fenway.
It's Toyota's nationwide sales drive at your Toyota dealer, featuring a full line of fan favorites, industry-leading quality, and incredible values. Like the Toyota Camry's highest cash back ever, $1,000. Or you can save with 0% APR financing. Or choose Highlander and get cash back of $500 on models with available all-wheel drive and third-row seating. The race is on. Toyota's nationwide sales drive ends June 1st. See your New England Toyota dealer now.
Sovereign, we're here with red carpet service. Guaranteed.
Celebrate the 2004 baseball season with the limited edition Boston Red Sox Pin Collection. On Sunday, May 16th, the Boston Globe gives you the chance to own a piece of baseball history. Get your free Red Sox Pin Collection album May 16th in the Boston Sunday Globe. It's packed with photos of your favorite players, plus profiles, stats, and history. Get the scoop on Schilling, Manny, Pedro, Nomar, Veritek, Damon, and more. Don't miss out. Pick up the Boston Sunday Globe May 16th for your free Boston Red Sox Pin Collection album. And start collecting player pins at participating retailers May 17th.
Yeah, I've made some mistakes, like the meat smoker, the engine overhaul, and that satellite dish.
How about now?
No! But that's all behind me now. For one thing, we have Comcast digital cable. On Demand gives us this whole library of movies and shows that we can watch whenever. I think that kind of makes up for all the other stuff. Honey?
That was then. This is Comcast.
Oh, thanks, Marge.
Sorry. There's this guy named Murphy. He's got this law that says whatever can go wrong will. That's why the trail-rated Jeep Grand Cherokee is tested on Earth's toughest terrain. It's your loophole in Murphy's Law. Get an additional $1,000 for a total combined cash allowance of $4,500 for qualified buyers who finance through Chrysler Financial.
Closed captioning for Boston Red Sox baseball has been brought to you by Aflac. Aflac. Ask about it at work. The Sox snapped their 2-game losing streak in dramatic fashion. 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th. And they beat the Cleveland Indians by a 5-3 score. 7th save of the season for Keith Folk. First win of the year for Alan Embry in relief. Welcome to WB Mason's Extra Innings, everyone. I'm Tom Caron. He's Jim Rice. And this was a nice night at Fenway Park. A lot of fans driving home happy right now.
Well, I think I'm quite sure we're happy, too. And, of course, you go down to the clubhouse, a lot of guys down there are happy, too. Tonight was just spectacular event for Pedro.
And you saw McCarty come out at the end, deliver in the clutch. You just heard him with Eric Fried, the whole place bubbling. We got to talk about Pedro. We got to talk about that 8th inning. We got a lot to talk about. The late inning heroics and the strategy session that went into creating that 2-out rally, because it all started after 2 quick outs in the inning. And then Pedro, the second straight time against Cleveland, a couple of batters of trouble, and then he settles down and pitches very well. He would get the final 16 batters he would face. But let's start with that 8th inning, because nice little strategy session going on there between the managers, moving guys around and the shift. You had a lot of stuff happening there.
Well, you have a pinch runner, and then you come in a situation where you bring a left hand in, you have a right hand up there, and Terry would double switch. Like McCarty said, you have to be prepared. The guys go up there in the clubhouse, they take a couple swings. We have a net up there. They stretch, and they hope that they'll be able to come out and contribute to the ball club. And when you're in a situation like that, you got to be prepared all the time, and the double switch worked tonight.
It was Ortiz beating the shift first of all, then Crespo pinch running, scores on the Bill Miller RBI double. Kapler would keep the inning going with an infield single. Oh, that was a real nice play to keep that ball in the infield. Now Dahlbach gets announced, so they bring in the left-handed pitcher, Scott Stewart. That's the double switch. So Dave McCarty comes in and doesn't get much more clutch than that. A pinch hit, 2-out, 2-run triple.
What I like about that situation was that McCarty said that he wasn't overswinging. He knew the situation. The only thing he needed was a single. And to me, that meant that his swing was going to be a little shorter.
All started with Ortiz beating the shift. Now, even as Jerry Remy correctly pointed out, even if they hadn't shifted, that was right down the line, probably would have gotten through for the double anyway. But it's great to see a guy with the shift in front of him go to the opposite field.
Go the other way. And that ball was away. So it's easier to hit a ball away when you plan away and you're swinging away instead of trying to roll the ball over.
All right, now Pedro Martinez just out of the gate initially, a couple of batters of trouble, kind of similar to what we saw last Thursday from Pedro at Jacobs Field in the same pitching matchup against CC Sabathia. Here it is last Thursday. The first 3 hitters would get on base, including Lawton with a leadoff home run in the first pitch of the game. But 3 up, 3 batters. But you know what happened last Thursday? He settled down and took care of business.
But you look at, to me, the pitch that he threw Lawton, the first pitch out there, it was more like a get-me-over fastball. It wasn't anything behind it. Here it is, hit it. And that's what he did. He took advantage of it. BP fastball, home run.
And he got 8 strikeouts. When it was all said and done, a very good night's work. He picks up the win. Now, tonight, ends up with a no decision, but the Red Sox get the win, the most important thing. Tonight he comes out in the first inning. The second, third, and fourth hitters all get hits, and just like that, it's 2-0. It's the 6th time in as many games the Indians scored 2 in the first. How about that?
That's amazing. But it was almost like the same thing. Everything would just get me over. And then all of a sudden he said to himself, let's go to work, guys. I got to go to work. And that's what he did.
16 straight batters after he loaded the bases in the second inning. Very strange first couple of innings. They got the 2 runs. They had a lot of guys on base, but he struck out the side in each of those 2 innings, so you know his stuff was on.
Well, like I said, Pedro just probably said to himself, said, look, guys, I'm tired of this stuff. Let me reach back a little bit. He knows how to pitch. He knew what he wanted to do, and he did it. But he didn't want to give it the 2 runs. He gave the 2 runs up, and then they said they had to regroup, and that's what he did.
First 2 innings, as you saw, 6 strikeouts, but 11 strikeouts when it was all said and done, touching 92 on the gun when it was all said and done.
Yes, I mean, you're talking about a pitch count, and all of a sudden he goes to the 7th inning and he throws 92 miles an hour.
And the Red Sox were able to ride his 180-degree turnaround with the victory. They take it by a 5-3 score because here you go. He's just rolling now. As we said, the 11 strikeouts, you can see the difference. 51 innings to battle through those first 2 innings. 64 to go through the last 5. Last couple of games, they were able to keep his pitch count down a little bit, able to stretch it out a little bit, 115 tonight.
Well, I think maybe later on he maybe want to stretch out a little more. Like I said, he came out the first couple of innings and he wasn't throwing the Pedro that we saw like the 5th and 6th inning. And so maybe it takes a little longer to get him a little loose now. I don't know.
Well, like you said, that 92 miles an hour on the last pitch of the game is pretty impressive because he was getting it going as the game went on.
And then it was time for him to call it quits because he was on the pitch count.
And you got the bullpen. You know, you got to turn it over when your bullpen's going as good as this one has.
You got to, but sometimes you have to say to yourself, I want to go maybe a little longer because I have something to prove to myself. But he didn't do that. But we know that he can do that. But it was a decision that the manager made. That's the pitch count they wanted. They got it. And Pedro did what he had to do. Left up to the bullpen, and the guys get more runs.
And Folk 1, 2, 3 in the 9th again. He's been fantastic as advertised. Time now for our Subaru star of the game. Right about the time everybody's writing Victor Martinez down. Dave McCarty came and made him scratch that all out as he delivered in the clutch a 2-out, 2-run triple for Dave McCarty. Never easy to come in as a pinch hitter in a situation like that.
I mean, to be a pitch hitter, you have to be a different breed because you never know when they're going to call you. You may not be used 3 or 4 days, but when the call come upon you, you got to be ready.
You can see his numbers, adding 500 as a pinch hitter with 2 RBI. Subaru driven by what's inside. And there's always place in the game for somebody who can do that because pinch hitting is a difficult task.
Pitch hitting, but he can pitch. He can play the outfield and can play first base.
And is more than happy to do any of it.
Anything he can do to win a ball game and be on the club.
Kind of guys you want on a team, no question about that, Dave McCarty. Stepping up in the clutch and getting it done tonight. We are going to take a break. Come back later on tonight. We will be joined in studio by Gabe Kapler, who had a very big night, a 3-for-4 night for Kapler and Keith Folt. Wrapping it up, he took care of business in the 9th inning, striking out 2 of the 3 batters he faced in a 1-2-3 ninth, his 7th save of the season.
Latte, the drink that brings you back.
Here you go, buddy. Thank you.
That's no duck. That's my wife. I told you that joke like 20 minutes ago.
Dunkin' Donuts Iced Latte, made with real espresso. It's the refreshing way to bring you back to life.
Subaru of New England's model year-end clearance on all 2004 Legacy and Legacy Outbacks is going on now. The 05s are arriving soon, which means all 2004 Legacy and Legacy Outbacks must go. Now get up to $2,500 customer cash back or 1.9 financing for 60 months. Plus, special factory-to-dealer incentives make this a great time to buy a new Subaru. Subaru is America's #1 selling all-wheel drive vehicle. For the best selection, hurry into your local New England Subaru dealer today.
Red Sox fans are very intense. I'm not saying they're certifiable, but they really need to be licensed.
Show your support for New England's 2 favorite teams with your own official Red Sox Jimmy Fund license plate. The plate shows off your commitment as a fan, and the proceeds benefit the Jimmy Fund.
We think of it more as a tag and release system, so we can keep an eye on you.
To get your license plate, visit your nearest Registry of Motor Vehicles office or log on to jimmyfund.org. Stay in and get out each week with Nesson Outdoors, sponsored by Obashan Hardware. Nesson Outdoors is New England's only outdoor programming block featuring Charlie Moore Outdoors, Northeast Journal, Camo Country, Divers Down, and The Ride. It's 3 hours of fresh air, fun, and more. Charlie Moore, Nesson's own mad fisherman, and your host each week for Nesson Outdoors, sponsored by Obashan Hardware, Sunday nights at 8 on Nesson. Tonight's show is brought to you by W.B. Mason, the official office product supplier of the Boston Red Sox.
This is how this one came down tonight, the Red Sox, with Citizen Manny leading the way out on the field at the beginning of the game. Yes, yesterday he officially became a U.S. citizen. Tough early going for Pedro Martinez. Red Sox killer Victor Martinez, a double to center. Omar Vizquel and Jody Garrett score. 2-0. Cleveland has a lead. Then in the 2nd inning, bases loaded for Victor Martinez. 2 outs. This time Pedro gets him. He strikes out swinging to end the inning. Already 6 strikeouts through 2 innings for Pedro. Sox battle back with a long ball. Gabe Kapler gets his first of the year. A line drive shot up to the 2nd row of the monster seats. A 2-1 lead. And David Ortiz, you got to be kidding me. This is a bomb to right field over everything. 8th of the year for Ortiz, moves into a tie of the team lead with Manny Ramirez. Pedro in control from this point on here. He would strike out 11 when it was all said and done. Travis Hafner right here goes down swinging. That in the 6th inning. Then Ben Broussard will strike out swinging to end that 6th inning. 7 innings pitched, the 2 runs, a couple of walks, 11 strikeouts, and 115 pitches for Pedro. Then Victor Martinez, told you this guy was a Red Sox killer, did his job there. Off Alan Emery, the reliever, solo homer, his 6th of the year. It's a 3-2 game, and Fenway got quiet. But then Bill Miller with a double to left field. Cesar Crespo, a pinch running run scored from second base after he took the place of David Ortiz, who hit a big double with 2 outs to start the round. And pinch hitter Dave McCartney, big blow. He gets it down the right field line. Everybody coming around. Miller and Kepler on base. They score 5-3. Sox comes off Scott Stewart. And then Keith Folk on money. 1, 2, 3 in the ninth. Strikes out Broussard, and then Lou Merlone to end it. And to get the save at a 5-3 win for the Red Sox. The production came primarily from the bottom of the order tonight. Ortiz 3 for 4, Miller 2 for 4, Kapler 3 for 4. They moved Ortiz down a little bit in the order, and it paid off. Bellhorn had a walk and a base hit tonight. Crespo in as a pinch runner, and you know what Dave McCarty did as a pinch hitter. Pedro with 11 strikeouts. His 67th career 10-plus strikeout game, 1 shy of Roger Clemens' Boston Red Sox record. Embry the win in relief, and Keith Folk getting his 7th save. Those are the numbers. Let's get some final thoughts as we go upstairs. Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy join us from the booth.
Thanks a lot, Tom. Well, a great night tonight at Fenway Park for the Red Sox, and another great come-from-behind victory.
Kind of reminds you a little bit of last season, didn't it? The way the Red Sox were coming back in so many games to win late in the game. But it all started tonight with Pedro Martinez. And once again, a slow start in the first inning for Pedro. Actually, the first couple of innings he struggled, but after that settled down beautifully and again picked up 11 strikeouts on the game tonight. It's just interesting how the last couple of games, the first inning has been a problem for him, but then once he gets going after that first inning, he pitches great baseball. It's a shame that he couldn't come away with the win tonight, but the Red Sox will certainly take it any way they can.
And, of course, the big hit from David McCarty.
David McCarty coming off the bench, a perfect situation with the left-hander against the right-hander. Hits a good pitch to the opposite field, and Red Sox get the 2 big runs. And, of course, Folk comes in and closes out for his 7th save. He's 7 for 7 in save opportunities.
Well, the Red Sox taking game 2 of this series. They'll go after the 3rd and final game here tomorrow night in the series finale. Now back to Tom Caron. Tom?
All right, Don, thanks very much. As a nice win for the Red Sox. 6 games in the past week or so between these two teams. They have split the games at 3 apiece. They play the 7th and final game of the season series tomorrow. We've got plenty to talk about. First, the W.P. Mason delivery of the game right now. In the 2nd inning, Cleveland with the bases loaded and 2 outs. It's already a 2-0 game. Tough spot for Pedro Martinez, but he delivers right there, striking out Victor Martinez. To end the inning, he would then strike out or get out 16 consecutive batters as the Red Sox take care of business with a big come-from-behind 5-3 win.
Recently, Dodge Ram was pitted against 4 different full-size competitors. An independent company ran each through a battery of tests, and every time, the truck that out-towed, out-hauled, and flat-out outperformed the competition was the Hemi-powered Dodge Ram. Kind of makes you realize why Ram commands respect from every driver, especially ones that count on performance.
Sweet!
0% financing or $3,500 in combined cash allowances plus a great warranty gets you the best values in America.
60 million American homes have been infested by a slithering menace, the cable snake. It attaches to your TV and may produce a fuzzy, low-quality picture and inferior sound. The cable snake has an insatiable appetite for monthly charges. Dish Network will rid your home of the cable snake forever. Connect to a 100% digital signal giving you access to up to 500 incredible channels.
Wow!
Call now and get satellite TV for every room in your home with no equipment to buy and no annual commitment required. You heard right, no annual commitment required. And this offer includes professional installation at no charge. This incredible offer is yours for calling now. Dish Network delivers your favorite channels like your local networks, premium movie packages, over 20 channels of sports entertainment, and more, all at a price that could be a whole lot cheaper than cable with programming starting at under $30 per month, including local channels. So pick up the phone and call now to order your dish and lose the snake.
Call now, toll-free 1-800-749-5499 for your free Dish Network system.
Hey, Gianni, what's up, baby? Hey, shh, I got a little secret for you. G-R-B, G-R-B, G-R-B. I play ESPN Major League Baseball. I am the man. I got the knuckle curve ball, I got the hardball, and I got the circle chains. And I also got the spaghetti and meatball ball. Ball, boom.
Rated E for everyone.
11 strikeouts on the night for Pedro Martinez, and we will hear from Pedro Martinez coming up later in the show. But first, let's go downstairs where manager Terry Francona is giving his props to Dave McCarty.
You ever have a 200-foot triple win you a baseball game?
I get your drift, but it was good enough. I mean, he stayed in there and stayed on it enough to throw it into right field, and that's exactly what we needed. I mean, you talk about a total team effort. I mean, next move was putting Mirabelli in the outfield.
What was the difference between Pedro after the first 2 innings and then from there on out?
What was the difference with Pedro after the first couple of innings and then the rest of the way?
Well, you know what, and he sort of had the same rhythm last week in Cleveland. But I also think you can't forget, I mean, the second hitter of the game, Vizquel hits a ball that hits a divot or hits something. If that doesn't, it's 2 outs, nobody on. I think sometimes we forget how important an out is in an inning. Things become a little unglued. I know he gave up some hits, but I also think that he pitched better than the first inning or two showed.
Terry, are you encouraged by the way bench guys or platoon guys have come through for you without Trot and Omar? Big hit from McCarty. Kapler gets a home run tonight. Dahlback 3 RBIs last night.
You encouraged by the way the bench players have come through without Trot and Nomar?
Well, I'm encouraged by the way everybody goes about it. I actually think we expect them to do good. They're good players. They also handle their roles very professionally. I mean, part of the reason we won tonight is because of the respect they had for Dahlback. I mean, those things come into play. Having a guy that can make an opposing team change helps. You know, being able to move Crespo all around the field lets us do some things. I mean, Gabe Kapler, he shows up early, he works, he hits, you know, to see him have success is tremendous.
And the long ball was a big part of this game. We said in the pregame show that with this kind of weather, I mean, it felt like late August. You knew the ball would be flying if you got a piece of it, and certainly Kapler got a piece of it in the third inning. That was a line drive shot up over the monster.
He did. I mean, both teams. I mean, you saw the night before tonight. I mean, when guys make contact, I mean, with everything that they're doing right now as far as working out, bad pitching, not hitting their spots, guys going to capitalize on that.
And how about this one? Ortiz in the next inning, 2 outs, I think 2 strikes, and he gives it a ride.
2 strikes, and he just threw him a fastball before, I mean, a curveball before that, and made him look bad. Then he throws a fastball right in the wheelhouse.
So that tied this game up. Of course, Victor Martinez got back with the long ball, but the Red Sox got the late inning magic, and that got the job done. Time for our Sovereign Bank player profile update. We kept an eye on Matt Lawton through the night. It was a tough row to hoe against Pedro Martinez tonight, the sombrero, as they say. 3 strikeouts, all swinging the first, second, and fourth inning. He was 0 for 4 on the night, but you see he has great numbers, a huge season of 2000, and has been a big leadoff hitter for these Cleveland Indians, an Indians offense that has surprised a lot of people. But not tonight. The Red Sox get the win by the final of 5-3. We're going to take a break and come back, and we will hear from Pedro Martinez later in the show as the citizens of Red Sox Nation cheering for Citizen Manny tonight.
Oh, thanks, Marge.
Sorry. There's this guy named Murphy. He's got this law that says whatever can go wrong will. That's why the trail-rated Jeep Grand Cherokee is tested on Earth's toughest terrain. It's your loophole in Murphy's Law. Get an additional $1,000 for a total combined cash allowance of $4,500 for qualified buyers who finance through Chrysler Financial.
Red Sox fans are very intense. I'm not saying they're certifiable, but they really need to be licensed.
Show your support for New England's 2 favorite teams with your own official Red Sox Jimmy Fund license plate. The plate shows off your commitment as a fan, and the proceeds benefit the Jimmy Fund.
We think of it more as a tag and release system, so we can keep an eye on you.
To get your license plate, visit your nearest Registry of Motor Vehicles office or log on to jimmyfund.org. Every nation needs heroes, and they come in every shape and size. On a 2003 team full of batting champions, Bill Miller slowly and quietly swung his way to the American League batting title. This hot corner swings a hot bat. He's the reigning American League champ. And the only thing more dangerous than a player with something to prove is a hitter defending his title. Wednesday, Sox-Indians coverage at 6 on NESN.
Get hooked every Friday on NESN. Inshore and offshore, the best in fishing action is on the hook. Join Dave Sloan as he hits the Whitecaps in search of the biggest fish in New England. Dave brings you New England's best recipes for saltwater delights. Get all the tasty details and great tips at onthehook.com.
Fire up the grill, boys.
So head for the deep water every Friday at 5:30 on NESN.
Tonight's Light It Up segment brought to you by Sylvania, proud sponsor of Red Sox baseball. Sylvania, see the world in a new light. And David Ortiz certainly lit it up tonight. He had a big night overall. 3 for 4, 2 runs, an RBI, but this was a blast. Over the bullpen in right field, his 8th of the season. It tied the game up at 2. And David Ortiz maybe had a mini slump coming into this game, but Jimmy doesn't have one anymore.
No. What I like about David, he was able to adjust tonight. He kept both hands on the bat. He hit the home run. They put the shift on it. The ball was away. He hit the ball down left field line. Looked pretty good tonight.
Sox got the offense. Pedro did the job on the mound. Pedro Martinez, after the game, spoke with the media.
It was actually a flashback from the other outing. Except that CC held on a little bit longer this time than he did the other time. He did a little bit of a better job to keep his composure and to actually pitch his way out.
What's different for you after that first inning or even the second inning when you had so many pitches, and after that, the pitch dropped?
Well, I wasn't trying to do anything different. It was just that they're such a free-swinging team. They're going to make contacts because a lot of those guys are experienced, and some of them are just good hitters. They're young, but they're good hitters. And they put the ball in play, and sometimes things happen. And I just have to reach back and try to keep my team in the fight.
Pedro, when you get up to almost 50 pitches through the first 2 innings, are you conscious of that maybe you've got to try to preserve things because you've got a lot of work to do after that?
I try to pitch my game, but I was aware. I took a peek back at the scoreboard, and I saw 60-something pitches in like the 3rd inning. You know, I was just hoping that they continue to swing some of the pitches and actually try to make out pitches in the 1st or 2nd pitch of the game, and not try so much to just get ahead and strike one and then from there on work. And they did that. They started swinging on some of those pitches and made things a little easier for me.
When you see that number that high, you kind of surprised yourself. You know how many pitches you've thrown. When you see 60, you sit there and go, oh.
Well, when you get the strikeouts, you're normally going to run high in pitches. And I noticed that I had, out of the first 2 innings, 6 strikeouts, and nobody has put the ball in play, for an out. So I figure I was going to run into deep counts and stuff like that.
How much did it mean to you, the realization that you got from the fans coming off the field themselves?
It doesn't surprise me. I always get it. I don't know why it would surprise me. I'm used to that. They're used to seeing me the same way. Some games are not going to go the way I would like the games to go, but I still have the same respect for the fans and the same love and passion for them, and I love when they give me support. And when things go wrong, I don't blame them for booing or doing whatever they have to do. I'm just not doing my job, and I respect that because they're there every day to back you up.
Well, he certainly did his job tonight. He won't hear much booing in pitch like that.
Right, but like you said, I mean, when you think about it, I mean, when anyone plays a professional sport, if they're not doing a job, hey, I deserve it. I mean, you pay me X amount of dollars, I'm not doing my job. I'm not only letting the fans down, I'm letting my teammates down, I'm letting myself down, but I'm still going to go out there the next day and try to bounce back.
As he did tonight, he's pitched well for the past couple now. We're going to take a break and come back. Jamie Parker joining us for a sports desk update after Pedro heard nothing but love coming out of the game tonight.
If you've waited to the last minute to get a new suit, we offer 24-hour tailoring upon request. So relax, we got you covered. Men's Warehouse. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Know the score before the game with Nesson's new 1-hour pregame show. Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame report. 1 hour before game time on Nesson.
Money on your mind? At Sovereign, we're here with red carpet service. Guaranteed.
With XM satellite radio.
Find hotel.
Bluetooth wireless technology.
Dial.
And voice-activated navigation.
Do you need directions?
No thanks. I got them.
You are not alone. Introducing the all-new 270 horsepower Acura TL.
Tonight's show is brought to you by W.B. Mason, the official office product supplier of the Boston Red Sox.
Red Sox win here at Fenway, and we always feel like winners when we're joined by Jamie Parker.
Every night it's a new compliment. I don't think I get used to this.
You never get used to it.
I never will get used to it.
What do you got? Playoffs.
Believe it or not, we are still working on the NBA playoffs. It's been a long time, but we're still doing it. Yeah. It was Game 4. It is still going on, actually. Game 4 between the Pistons and the Nets. Detroit coming off that record low 64 points, and New Jersey hoping to keep the home court advantage going. And it was working well. Lawrence Frank would like what he saw in his players. Jason Kidd to carry Kittles in the third here. Kittles will drain it, but only for 2. He was on the three-point line. Later in the third, again the combo working. Kidd to Kittles. This time, top of the key, Kittles nails the jumper for 2 more. And Kidd, believe it or not, who has had a terrible season so far, is working on a triple-double, and they are up 21 points after the third. We'll also have Kobe Bryant, who pled not guilty to the rape charges today in Colorado, but he would make it back in time for Game 4 in Los Angeles. So we'll have all that and more on Sports Desk tomorrow morning. Tune in, of course, you guys, you know, anytime between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m.
5 a.m. He sets the clock now.
5:15. I can handle that. It's the second
Let you
show.
warm up a little from the first one. The playoffs to keep you busy until like October.
I know, it's been unbelievable how long it is.
Very good. All right, Jamie, thank you as always. On the table coming up next, Granite City Extra Innings Extra. Gabe Kapler in studio, and we will check in on the state of the Empire. Also some news on Young Kim. It's all coming your way next.
If they won, I wouldn't know what to do.
Another season.
This is our year. Here we go.
Another reason.
It's a unique situation, the way they've kind of taken me in.
Rogan through all is probably equipped. And outside, great looks powered by an available 3.5-liter V6 with reliability backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. The Hyundai Santa Fe starting at just $16,994 with utility package. With Hyundai, you win. Get a 2004 Santa Fe with $1,500 cash back or 0% APR.
Dad, the cable's out again. Can you fix it?
Is your family still stuck with cable?
Honey, the cable company has raised their prices again. This bill keeps getting bigger every month.
With cable, all you get is mediocre service, higher monthly charges, and limited channels.
There's got to be something better.
With DirecTV, it's all better. Because if you call right now, you can receive a 4-room DirecTV system with professional installation free. That's right, and get over 130 all-digital quality channels for only $29.99 a month for the first 6 months. Plus, DirecTV offers you access to over 225 channels, including premium movie channels, like HBO,
Stars, Showtime, and Cinemax. Plus, DirecTV offers your favorite local channels, too. Call now and get a full-room DirecTV system with professional installation. A $300 value free.
Call 1-800-496-0878. That's 1-800-496-0878. Call now.
David Ortiz and Manny Ramirez expected here in the bottom half of the 12th. Well, they certainly got the part of the lineup to get the job done. Ortiz hits it deep in foul. Sabathia, it's back, and it's very good. A two-run walk-off home run for David Ortiz as the Red Sox win it 6-4.
This has been a presentation of Nesson, a sports programming service in partnership with the Boston Globe.
Welcome to Granite City Electric's Extra Innings. Extra, everyone. Tom Kerr and Jim Rice and Gabe Kapler joining us in studio. Fun night at the ballpark.
Oh, it was a good one. It's one of those ones that makes you laugh. You know, there's some of them that are going to make you cry, so it's always nice to have the ones that put a smile on your face and make you feel good about things.
After Victor Martinez made it a 3-2 game for Cleveland, didn't look good. 2 quick outs in the bottom of the 8th. Sort of take me through what happened, because David Ortiz got it started by beating the shift.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if he was trying to or not, but he's pretty good at going the other way, so he's not necessarily the type of guy that I would you know, think that would have a huge effect on him. He lined the ball into left field, and nice double for him, and then put us in a position to make a run, and we did just that.
Everybody getting the job done. There's Ortiz, started off. A lot of fun strategy in that. You ended up with a double switch where McCarty stepped in and get it done. You had a pinch runner. You know, the two managers are sort of throwing everything out there.
Right. Those are the types of ones, you know, as a player, you kind of go along with them and just, you know, try to think about what they might do in that situation. I was over there on first base. After Dauber came in the ballgame, you know, they announced Dauber, and then they brought in the lefty as we knew they were going to go to McCarty, and it worked out just well. I mean, it was picture perfect, and Tito obviously did just the right moves.
Pinch hitting is never easy. To come up with a game on the line and deliver a 2-run triple after all of that, it's got to make the whole team feel pretty good for Dave McCarty.
Oh, it's not easy. It's a difficult thing. I've done it a little bit, and it's you know, just want to go up there swinging. You want to look for a pitch and drive it. He did just that. It was a pitch on the outside part of the plate, and he hit it exactly where you'd like to see it hit in that situation, because then, you know, the guys on the bases can run.
We were all sort of holding our breath there because it looked like the ball might have been stuck under the padding and right, and I don't know what they would have ruled on that. But
I don't think it really mattered, to be honest with you. I was going to score anyways, I hope, because I felt like I got a decent jump, and you know, base running, you have to take pride in it, and so I think I got a good jump. I had an opportunity to score anyways.
You get the offense going with a home run in the 3rd tonight off Sabathia. Sabathia is interesting. Last time out in Cleveland, he really did a pretty good job on you guys first time through the order, but then you guys made some nice adjustments and got going on it.
Well, he did a good job against us again tonight. Yeah. You know, he only gave up a couple runs. He's a tough at bat. You know, he's throwing hard, and he's got command of the strike zone, generally speaking. You know, guys that you just have to try to be on the fastball in that situation, and he's a quality opponent. He played, you know, he threw the ball well today.
The Cleveland team's a bit of a surprise. We were talking about they really come out, and they were a young team, obviously, but very aggressive at the plate. I mean, they really go after it.
I was waiting till you get to that point. This is almost like a Red Sox-Yankee rivalry. What I mean by that, if you watch, tomorrow's the last game, but if you watch what we've been through, this has been exciting. We score runs, they give up runs, we give up runs, they come back, we come back. And they have been playing us better than the Yankees have been playing us.
Yeah, they played us well. They really have, and you know, they're tenacious. They have a lot of heart and character to their team. They have a lot of guys up and down the lineup who battle. You know, Vizquel's going to give you a tough at bat. Garrett's going to give you a tough at bat. All those guys, you know, Martinez has been swinging the bat really well against us. They don't seem intimidated by any means by our lineup. So. You know, they've played good baseball, and we played good baseball against them.
It's a young team, too, so you got the feeling they're going to be a pretty good team pretty soon.
No question, no question.
All right, Gabe Kapler with us in the studio. We're going to keep him here for a minute, take a quick break, pay a couple of bills, and come back. And, of course, it just wouldn't be a Red Sox show without checking in on the Yankees. We'll do that after this.
Don't buy another SUV before you check out the Hyundai Santa Fe. Inside, tons of space and lots of standard features, all for $4,400 less than a Toyota Highlander when comparably equipped. And outside, great looks powered by an available 3.5-liter V6 with reliability backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. The Hyundai Santa Fe starting at just $16,994 with utility package. With Hyundai, you win. Get a 2004 Santa Fe with $1,500 cash back or 0% APR.
60 million American homes have been infested by a slithering menace, the cable snake. It attaches to your TV and may produce a fuzzy, low-quality picture and inferior sound. The cable snake has an insatiable appetite for monthly charges. Dish Network will rid your home of the cable snake forever. Connect to a 100% digital signal giving you access to up to 500 incredible channels.
Wow!
Call now and get satellite TV for every room in your home with no equipment to buy and no annual commitment required. You heard right, no annual commitment required. And this offer includes professional installation at no charge. This incredible offer is yours for calling now. Dish Network delivers your favorite channels like your local networks, premium movie packages, over 20 channels of sports entertainment, and more, all at a price that could be a whole lot cheaper than cable with programming starting at under $30 per month, including local channels. So pick up the phone and call now to order your dish and lose the snake.
Call now, toll-free 1-800-749-5499 for your free Dish Network system.
Starting at $70, you'll find our shoes fit your budget almost as well as your feet.
Styles from dress to casual. Sizes from 8.5 to 14. Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Stay in and get out each week with Nesson Outdoors, sponsored by Obashan Hardware. Nesson Outdoors is New England's only outdoor programming block featuring Charlie Moore Outdoors, Northeast Journal, Camo Country, Divers Down, and The Ride. It's 3 hours of fresh air, fun, and more. Charlie Moore, Nesson's own mad fisherman, and your host each week for Nesson Outdoors, sponsored by Obashan Hardware, Sunday nights at 8 on Nesson. Every nation needs heroes, and they come in every shape and size. On a 2003 team full of batting champions, Bill Miller slowly and quietly swung his way to the American League batting title. This hot corner swings a hot bat. He's the reigning American League champ. And the only thing more dangerous than a player with something to prove is a hitter defending his title. Wednesday, Sox-Indians coverage at 6 on Nesson.
Time to check in on the New York Yankees home tonight to open up a 3-game set with the Angels. Vladimir Guerrero in town with Anaheim. They get to Kevin Brown early. Already 1-0. Troy Glaus, a 2-run home run. And more early inning trouble for the Yankees. It's a 3-0 Anaheim lead. Bottom of the third now. Men on first and second. Derek Jeter is coming around. You knew he would. He doubles to center. Miguel Cairo scores. Yankees on the board. It's a 3-1 game. Then next batter. A-Rod will single to left, bringing Kenny Lofton in to make it 3-2. But then it starts to rain. Rain coming into New York. They had a long rain delay. Angels get another run when they resume play. It is 4-2, and they are stalled at a rain delay in the top of the fourth at Yankee Stadium. Former Yankee Roger Clemens taking on Miguel Cabrera tonight. Florida against Houston. Here, 1-0 Florida in the first. Clemens strikes out Cabrera swinging to keep it a 1-0 game. And Lance Berkman doubles to right center. Jeff Kent comes in to score. That ties it up at 1 apiece. It is currently 2-1 Houston in the lead. Ramon Castro, the home run, to get that one run off Clemens. Back here with Gabe Kapler. They play tomorrow, the 7th game. Final time you're going to play the Indians this season. I don't know what the Vegas odds are that the Indians put 2 runs on the board in the first inning, but that's crazy. You never know what you're going to see in baseball. It's the beauty of the game, but 2 runs in every first inning of this series so far.
Yeah, it's like you said before. It's been kind of a strange beginning to the season. A lot of ups and downs and funny things happening with the rain delays, and it's just we're in the position that we're in at this point. It just makes you feel really good about how things have gone under the circumstances, because it very well could have gone a different way, and with the missing pieces, it feels really good to be on top of the division.
Again, you're obviously part of the ride last year. There have been a lot of very popular Red Sox teams. That certainly ranks up with the most popular teams that have ever played here. I think I'm safe in saying that. Would you agree, Jim?
You're safe.
All right. He certainly played for some of the more popular teams. But you came in this year, and it seems like the team picked up where the excitement level was and sort of has gone on from there. Are you still amazed by how intense everybody is about this team?
Yeah, you know what amazes me most? A lot of times over the course of the season, you'll have a team maybe have 2 or 3 come from behind victories. You know, you might have, 4 if you're lucky. This team seems like it's 1 a week, 2 a week, where, it's a big hit in the bottom of the 8th or the strikeout in the bottom of the 9th that excites the whole community and the fans and everything. It's fun to be a part of a team where you never feel like you're out of a game. You feel like you're going to win. If you're down 3, down 4, you still feel like you have an opportunity to win. So we're down 2-0 tonight. I don't think there was any panic. Nobody was pushing any buttons. We felt like we were going to win that game.
Friday night against Kansas City, a great comeback win.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, we have a lot of heart. This team feels like we can win any game, and you need to be able to dig deep in those types of situations when you're down a couple of runs and not feel like, oh no, here we go again. I don't think this team has any of that in them. We have a lot of passion.
The bullpen numbers are fantastic. You know what the starters are doing when they added Schilling in the offseason. Is this as good a pitching staff as you've been around?
Oh, absolutely. I think you took a team that was at the pinnacle last year. Arguably, we might have been the best team in the playoffs. I don't know. I mean, we certainly felt like we were. Obviously, it didn't turn out that way. You add arguably, top 2 or 3 closers in the game. You add arguably, maybe the best right-handed pitcher in the game, depending on who you're talking to. We certainly think so, and you feel like you get a lot better.
To hit the ball like this team is right now, and again, you're talking about a Nomar coming back, a truck coming back. You're talking about the weather tonight hasn't really gotten here yet. I mean, this is a bit of an aberration, and Jim and I were talking before. It's certainly going to get warmer, and the balls are going to fly that much more.
Oh, yeah. This isn't a fun place to play in April. I think everybody knows that. The American League East is a tough place to play in general in April. It doesn't mean that it's any excuse, because we're paid to perform under less than perfect circumstances, under less than perfect conditions. And I think that we have shown that we have the capability to play when things aren't perfect. We did that in April, and I think as it warms up a little bit, you're going to see
Game 2 of a 4-game set with the Blue Jays. First pitch just moments away. Welcome, everyone. Tom Garrett along with Bob Tewksbury here in our NESN studios. We'll send you north of the border in just a few moments as Derek Lowe tries to get off the schneid, get his team back in the win column, and succeed at a ballpark he's had a lot of trouble
How do you spell schneid?
I don't know. S-C-H, schneid.
He has had a lot of trouble, and what he needs to do is go out and have a good shutdown inning in the first inning. He needs to stop picking with the fastball, TC. He's got a great sinker. It's falling out of the zone sometime. That ball is elevated there. He knows that's gone. He needs to just throw the sinker down the middle of the plate, get ahead in the count, then use the cutter and the curveball and a straight change.
Red Sox been having a lot of trouble getting teams out early in games, giving up 1 run, 2 runs, 3 runs early. It'd be great to see Derek come out and get a quick rhythm and get some quick outs.
The team needs a starting pitcher to set the tone for the ball game. Last night you thought Curt Schilling was going to be the guy to do that, and he does most of the time. However, he had bases loaded in the first and nobody out. They only got 1 run, but the power, the momentum had gone to the Toronto Blue Jays. Lowe needs to come out today and shut them down in the first.
And he's got to shut down the top of the order. They've been hot. 1, 2, 3 batters, 10 for 12 last night. They did good against Kansas City before that.
And indeed, I mean, this is a huge, I'm sure they spent more time talking about Orlando Hudson and Catalinato than anybody else in that lineup and how they're going to attack him. Are they going to throw the cut fastball in and go more off-speed stuff? Got to keep the sinker down. Most importantly, you've got to work ahead in the count with guys that are hot.
All right, it's Derek Lowe against Justin Miller, and Miller 1-0 in the season, just 3 starts. Good ERA, Lowe, a couple of losses in a row. His ERA still over 5. Going to try to get that back down. He's at 500. Wants to come out of this game with a winning record. So it's the Sox against the Blue Jays. Game 2 from Skydome coming up next.
Spicy Tender Crisp Extra Tomatoes.
I'm spicy!
It's when you catchphrase.
You can't make up a catchphrase. It's like making up a nickname. All right, give it one more try.
I'm spicy!
No, you're not. Still horrible.
It's here, the new spicy tender crisp chicken sandwich. Get ready for a mouth whooping.
The new all-wheel drive Subaru Forester. Top pick by the leading consumer magazine and named the best small SUV we've ever tested by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Sport utility tough, car easy. Newly styled and powered by a 210 horsepower turbocharged boxer engine. Subaru Forester brings a new level of driving performance to SUVs. Take one for a test drive and you'll see what I mean.
Now get 1.9% financing for 60 months or up to $1,000 customer cash back.
What does it really take to cover the news in Rhode Island?
It takes live mobile newsrooms covering stories in every community.
Live in Woonsocket.
We're live in Providence with the mobile newsroom.
It takes having the only live news helicopter in Rhode Island.
We're heading to breaking news right now. It takes a live pinpoint Doppler radar with the power to see inside storms headed for your neighborhood.
Only one Rhode Island news team has a commitment this big. See why more people are turning to Eyewitness News. It's coverage you can count on.
Well, hello. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Applebee's new Car Side to Go is here.
Well, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, little darling.
With Car Side to Go, you can make dinner just by making a call.
Let's go again once more.
Plus, we'll deliver the food straight from our kitchen to your car.
Oh, pretty baby, I love you so.
So try Applebee's new Car Side to Go. It's not fast food, it's Applebee's Food Fast.
Eating good in the neighborhood. Let's go.
If you play it, wear it, hit it, throw it, shoot it, or pass it, then you can get it at Olympia Sports, outfitting your family for over 28 years. Olympia's got you covered from head to toe with the hottest styles to keep you at the top of your game. Baseball season has arrived, and Olympia Sports is your headquarters with the best names in equipment, apparel, and footwear from Reebok, Adidas, Under Armour, Nike, and more. Get it at Olympia Sports. Shop with confidence, satisfaction guaranteed.
Scores, interviews, highlights, and more. Tune in to Nesson Sports Desk. It's a fast-paced 15 minutes of what you need to get your morning sports fix. Nesson Sports Desk, mornings starting at 5.
And welcome back to Skydome in Toronto, where they're having a tough time deciding whether or not to have the roof open or closed. It was a beautiful day here, but they had the roof closed during batting practice in anticipation of some rain, maybe even a thunderstorm. They opened it for a while. Now it seems the roof is closing again. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Southwest Airlines. The Toronto Blue Jays and Boston Red Sox in Game 2 of this 4-game series. The Boston lineup tonight at 20 wins and 15 losses for the year. Johnny Damon in center field. Mark Bellhorn at third base. David Ortiz is the DH. Manny Ramirez, the cleanup hitter, in left field. Jason Varitek catching. Brian Daubach, the first baseman, hitting sixth. Then Kevin Millar in right field. Cesar Crespo is the second baseman, and Pokey Reese, the shortstop, will bat ninth against 26-year-old right-hander Justin Miller.
This is a bounce-back season for Miller. He missed just about all of last year with surgery on his shoulder, making his 4th appearance this season. He picked up a win in his last out against Chicago, and that was his first win of the season. This guy's got pretty good stuff. Last time Red Sox saw him was a couple of years ago. He does have a 1-0 record against Boston.
It looks a little hazy. They shot off some fireworks right before the first pitch, and the smoke is lingering. Johnny Damon singles to right on the first pitch of the ball game, and the Red Sox have the lead man on.
Take a look at the defense tonight for the Toronto Blue Jays. They're 4th in the league, 18 errors in 35 games. Eric Hinsky at third base. Chris Gomez, the shortstop. Orlando Hudson at second, and Carlos Delgado at first. Left to right, Frank Catalanado, Vernon Wells, and Simon Pond just called up today. Greg Zahn doing the catching.
And Mark Bellhorn, the batter, and he takes the first pitch strike. 229 for Bellhorn, 3 homers and 16 runs batted in. First pitch at 7:07. "79 degrees with the roof partially open, but closing as we speak." We looked at the satellite images a moment ago on the Canadian Weather Channel, and there are definitely some thunderstorms moving into this area. After another very pleasant day, the temperature around 80 degrees. A little bit on the humid side. When the roof is closed, it is a little bit sticky inside Sky Dome, as it was during batting practice. The 0-2 to Bellhorn is low.
Red Sox tonight will see a fastball not overpowering in the high 80s from Miller. A pretty good slider, a changeup, and a split-fingered fastball.
During his time at the beginning of the year in the minor leagues, he was working to improve that slider, and the Blue Jay coaching staff feels that he has. Occasionally the velocity up into the low 90s. He's from Torrance, California, in the Los Angeles area. And a little bit of a free spirit. He has tattoos, we are told, over just about every inch of his body, to the point where he is mandated by Major League Baseball to have to wear those long sleeves. The tattoos come all the way down his arm to just above the wrist, and when he wears short sleeves, the tattoos are a bit of a distraction.
He'll be really happy he did that about 20 years from now.
5 steals for Damon. He's been caught once. Johnny attributes the Red Sox recent skid to fatigue. It's been a grueling schedule. Lots of long ball games, a lot of travel, double headers, late night arrivals into various cities. The Red Sox have a day off on Monday, and Johnny says that is exactly what the Red Sox need at this juncture.
Well, until they get to Monday, they have 3 more games to play here at Sky Dome. And hopefully they'll be better than the game last night.
That was arguably the ugliest game of the year for the Red Sox. Bellhorn, patient as ever, has battled from 0-2 to 3-2. He is no longer the league leader in walks. 29 walks for Bellhorn, second in the league, 3 behind Frank Thomas of Chicago. Damon running, and Bellhorn hits it hard but foul. Home run distance at about 25 feet to the right of the pole. 328 down the lines here, 375 to the alleys, and 400 to straightaway center field. Good hitter's park, and the roof fully closed now.
That's really too bad, because as Sean mentioned, such a nice day here in Toronto for this time of the year, but unfortunately maybe some rain coming our way and cooling off over the weekend. I guess Saturday and Sunday is supposed to be much cooler than what it's been.
In the 60s instead of the 80s. The pitch is ball 4. Damon was running, but he gets the free trip to second on the walk to Bellhorn. Mark Bellhorn walks for the 30th time this year, and it looked from that expression that Greg Zahn thought it was strike 3. It was a very close pitch.
Looks like he goes inside with that tailing fastball, and it did look like a good pitch. The only thing I can think of is maybe by Zahn popping out to throw that man out at second base. It might have blocked the umpire's view, but Looked like it had a good portion of the inside corner.
So the first 2 men are on for the Red Sox, and the batter David Ortiz swings at a high pitch and fouls it straight back. Gary Darling is the home plate umpire tonight, with Brian Runge calling the plays at first, Rob Drake at second, and Mark Carlson has the plays at third. Ortiz, a .268 hitter to this point in 2004. Club leading 9 homers. He also leads the team with 26 runs batted in. He homered here last night. He hits that hard but foul. David in the hole, 0-2.
The Red Sox would very much to jump out in front of this game. They haven't done that very often recently. It seems like they're always trying to fight back from behind.
Chance to grab the lead here in the top of the first. The first 2 men on. Damon at second, Bellhorn at first, and the fastball up and in on Ortiz. Red Sox playing without Bill Miller in the starting lineup tonight. He was originally in the starting lineup, but he's still bothered by a sore right knee that kept him out of the starting lineup last night as well. He's still listed as day-to-day like the rest of us. The 1-2 pitch is outside.
I watched him walk around the clubhouse this afternoon, and he had a huge ice pack wrapped around that right knee, and that didn't look good. At that point he was in the starting lineup, but they quickly made the change after that. Playing on this artificial surface certainly doesn't help that.
Balk called by Gary Darling. He gestured toward Miller, that Miller bobbed a little bit on the mound, and no argument from Toronto from manager Carlos Tosca.
Once you start up to get into your set position, it has to be in one fluid movement, and let's see what Miller does here. Right there, he started, stopped. It was just very slight, but that is the proper call.
Miller did not protest. So a single, a walk, and a balk, and now 2 men are in scoring position. And the 2-2 to Ortiz. He struck him out with a breaking ball down and in. Big movement on that pitch, and a timely strikeout for Justin Miller.
Well, we mentioned, Sean, that a slider probably his best pitch, and watch this, it almost hits Ortiz in the back knee. Swings and misses the ball down and in. That's a blind spot for a left-handed hitter, and that slider almost hit him in the knee.
It's rare you see any major league hitter miss a pitch by that much.
You didn't see me play very much then, did you?
With an exception or two. Now Manny Ramirez. Swing and a miss. Manny had 3 hits yesterday, raising his average to .366. He's tied for second in the American League in batting average with Melvin Moore of Baltimore, 5 points behind the league leader Michael Young of Texas. Fastball fouled out of play to the right. Manny got off to an unbelievable start with runners in scoring position. Still hitting .351 despite the fact that over what is now almost a month he's hit .222 with men in scoring position. Outfield around toward right for Ramirez, a little room in left center. Check swing, foul tip, strike 3. The back-to-back strikeouts for Justin Miller. 2 down, and the 2 men still in scoring position.
And again, he goes to the breaking ball, a slider to pick up the strikeout for Manny. Manny looks like he's a little farther off the plate tonight than he has been in the past. Breaking ball, it does tip off the bat of Ramirez, so back-to-back strikeouts on the same pitch. One to a left-hander, one to a right-hander.
Now Jason Varitek. 1 for 5 last night. And he takes the ball high. Veritek at 306. 298 left-handed. 6 homers, 17 runs batted in. 5 of the 6 homers from the left. Looked pretty good. Called the ball. 2-0. Veritek hitting .353 over the last 16 games. Hitting .258 for the year with men in scoring position. Another ball low. 3-0 with first base open and Brian Daubach on deck.
Most Red Sox hitters, Sean, this year have had the green light. 3-0. We'll see if Veritek has. He's not going to get a chance. They're just going to walk him and start over with Daubach.
Red Sox as a team don't have many at bats against Miller. Daubach, one of the few who has had a few, and he's 0 for 7 in his career against this pitcher. .242 for the year, a homer and 4 runs batted in. Bases loaded, 2 outs. No score in the top of the first, and a ball just outside.